Objection! I'm here! Hello, friends! My hat! It's not on straight! Hello! I see that the green screen is trying to eat the microphone. You see it? Just me? It's all like... Hello, friends, and welcome to my stream. Hi. Hello. It me. Just me, you, a cup of lemonade. I couldn't think of the word cup. There was nothing there. Head empty. I was like, a thing. A glass. I'm like, it's not a glass. A mug. It's not a mug. Take that and rewind back. Hello, everybody. Yes. Hello, Erica, Korjan, Henry, and Chandler. Welcome to the stream. When will I start Submachine Legacy? I don't know. I think I want to stream it, but I need to finish a few things first. We finished The Walking Dead. We're almost done with this case and Phoenix Wright. And then I have a few games I've started, but haven't been streaming in a long time. Like, we haven't finished Deponia, and we haven't finished the Kindergarten 2, and we haven't finished something else. So I wanted to try to get caught up on a few things before I jumped into Submachine. Now, we did play the first game of Submachine, not Legacy, obviously. We did play the first game of Submachine, so I've got a little bit of a taste in there, But Legacy itself, we haven't played yet. So when will I? I don't know yet. I don't know. It's on the horizon. It's in my view. Words are not working for me today. I don't know words. Words are hard today. Okay. You were about to go to sleep. You better not. Now you have to stay up for the next however long it takes me to beat this, I think, final chapter of this case. I think, maybe, possibly. I don't know. I don't know how close we are to finishing. Because we're in the, like, trial stage. Well, we might have to do some more, like, hunting down evidence. I don't know if we have to do any more evidence hunting or if we're just jumping back into court with anything new. I don't know. Over the horizon, what can it be? I don't actually know what song you're referencing there. Over the horizon, what can it be? Over there, not here, over there, over yonder square. We're going to do... Oh, how's the audio sound? I was futzing with my microphone for a recording. What day is it? Monday? For a recording on Saturday I was doing, and I had it set all kinds of different options. So I think I've got it set back to normal, so let me know. No More Kings. I don't even know if I know that one. I don't even know. It's not a single thing. There's not a single light bulb blaring in my brain. Not a one. I'm kind of like this lamp. Here. Oh, it came on! I thought it was dead. It came on for a second. Hang on. What? Did you? Oh! Why is it flickering? What is it? I thought you were dead. Hang on. Can I get it to do it again? I don't know. That was weird. I picked it up and it lit up for a second. I couldn't get that to come on to save my life. Oh! I don't know how much you guys saw on stream or not, but that was that light. Oh, it's on! Oh, can I show you? Oh. 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 I have a lamp. This was not working for the last 2 days. That's why I'm... This was not working for the last 2 days. And now it's just on. Amazing. Miracles truly are real. Okay, alright, well, I don't need you today. I already got the lighting situated. I'll turn you... Oh, there was a dust bunny that I guess fell out of the lampshade. I thought it was just literally a giant spider. It just jumped out of the lampshade. That's what I thought. That's where my brain went. Anyway, that was a fun diversion. A popular Schoolhouse Rock song. Oh, Schoolhouse Rock. See, I know what that is, and I remember watching some Schoolhouse Rock, but it didn't stick with me like it did some of my peers. Some of my friends know more than I do. All I remember is, like, I'm a Bill, just a Bill, up on Capitol Hill. Like, that's it. That is the only one that has stuck in my brain. Is just, I'm a Bill, just a Bill. What game are we playing? What's it called? Phoenix Ace Attorney? Phoenix Wright? Where is it? Why is it not in my list? Hang on. Here it is. I found it. I'm like, I can't find the game. My brain don't work. I can't read. I can't think. I can't speak. I'm just falling apart. What about Conjunction Junction? Oh, yeah. I did forget about that. Conjunction Junction. What's your function? They don't sound like that at all. I don't know why I'm making it sound like that. Conjunction Junction. It's like if Schoolhouse Rock was like breaking down, like just emotionally. Just Conjunction Junction. What's your function? Don't you shark me. Don't, no. Ah! I'm like, please. No, what about not Baby Shark? Baby Shark, do-do-do-do. Baby Shark, do-do-do-do. That's what you get. No, not a second time. Why would you do it? Why would you do it twice? Why do I do this? I don't know what that sounds like on the microphone. Oh man, my eyeballs are all... My eyes also don't work. I am like seeing things. Not like literally, but like, I think it's my eyelashes or is it my glasses? Ah! I was doing that all today at work. I was just like moving my eyes from left to right, just in place. And it was like my eyes were like bubbly. It was like bubbles were moving around. And I'm like, I'm dying or something because I'm not my eyes, I see things in them. None of you can see this, but I'm like moving my eyes back and forth like I see things in my eyes. Seizure alert. Well, I haven't had a seizure to my knowledge ever in my life. I've never seized up or anything. I've seen someone have a seizure. I've seen that. I did not know what to do. I was like, what do I do? Got taken care of. Luckily, I was not responsible for their life. I was not the only one in the room because I just dead panic. Like, what do you do? Will they stop? Do I? Well, because actually I know someone like that who their daughter, this is an older friend of mine, like old enough to be like my grandma, but her like daughter has like regular actually, I don't remember what condition she has, but she has like regular seizures. It's like, yeah, you usually just have to wait it out for like a minute and then they go. And I'm like, wow. Okay. All right. Good luck defending Lana. Lana, I'm gonna save you. Show me my boy. It took me a second there to realize you were talking about Edgeworth. It took me a second. Show me the money. I was responding to the electricity song. The electricity song? Is there a song? That was electric. It's electric! I want to teach you the electric slide. Do you guys know the electric slide? That's like one of the few like line dances that you like do at weddings and stuff. I'm gonna do my thing. Hello friends and welcome to Let's Play Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney Trilogy. I'm your host, MagicManMo, and we are continuing our escapade through the Rise from the Ashes episode. That's episode 5. It's day 2, the trial ladder? Ladder? Like the second trial, the one that comes later? It's kind of what ladder means, is like the last or later or second, you know? Like if you have two things, like you know, it's either this or that. This is the former, that is the latter. I couldn't come up with a good example, but I hope that made sense. Load selected data? Data! Yes, data. Data, 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 data. What was your name? Emma! Emma, you're not looking so good. I don't remember exactly how we left off, but we narrowly avoided conviction last time. So I guess we're, I mean, we should be happy, right? We should be celebrating. Like, we're on our way to victory. The Electricity song is one of the top songs. Again, I told you, didn't stick with me. My brain don't remember no Electricity song. Is it like conjunction junction? What's your electricity? That doesn't rhyme. That doesn't rhyme at all. February 23rd, 11:56 a.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby number 2. Oh, wait, 11:50. Wait, is this immediately after the trial? Actually, this isn't the next day. I think this might be immediately after. Mr. Wright? Huh? What? Are trials always like this with you? Yes, but also sometimes worse. Like you're swimming up from the bottom of a lake, about to reach the surface, but no matter how hard you paddle, you never seem to get there. For a woman of science? That was very poetic of you. Pretty much, though. Except today we're swimming in quicksand. It's like breaststroke through the quicksand. So what happened to your sister anyway? Apparently she got called off to the judge's chambers. What? What? The suspect is getting called into the judge's own chambers? That seems like fishy to me. I know she was like the top prosecutor, so they probably know each other because, you know, the court. But like, she's technically like, I don't know, it seems weird to me. Probably something to do with that piece of cloth. Cloth. Oh, the one in the muffler, probably. So, this is where we turn this trial around, right? Our only weapon, a tiny, insignificant piece of cloth. I'm the one who's starting to feel tiny and insignificant, to tell you the truth. But that's just me every day. This is probably, I don't know why it's giving us question marks. Ola Partner has got to be our, what was his name? The sheriff? Sheriff Marshall? Ola Partner. It's got to be, right? I don't know why they're pretending like we don't know exactly who that is. They say you show a red cloth to a bull, it'll fire up its temper. That's what they told me when I was a youngin', at least. Officer Marshall! Thought I'd come to take a look, see how the trial's going. Looks like I'm late. You're very late, dude. Like, very late. The butt wait, what? Why are we talking about butt monsters? Luis, welcome to the stream! I'm trying to guess if that's the emoji squid, the butt monsters, or octopus, the butt monsters. Or am I... Who are the butt monsters? They've got the home ranch locked down tighter than a fort in enemy territory. That hard to slip out, huh? What's going on over there anyway? All the police I've seen these last 2 days have been really on edge. Don't you got enough on your plate without worrying about other people, compadre? You could be worrying about the chief prosecutor's taste in mufflers, for example. He's been calling the chief prosecutor the prospector, like this entire game, so it's kind of funny that he said it correctly this time. Officer Marshall? The whole muffler thing didn't have anything to do with scarves. She wasn't even wearing a scarf. You don't say. Now don't that just beat all? Yeah, what's that mean? I've seen the red breeze blow at her slender neck many a time. I saw it that day too. She was wearing a red muffler. How common is it to call scarves mufflers? I don't think I've ever heard a scarf be called a muffler until the last time we played this. And then they're like, muffler. I didn't see her wearing a muffler. I'm like, when I hear muffler, the first thing I think about is a car. What? At the awards ceremony that afternoon. Edgeworth seen it too, I reckon. What does that mean? She doesn't have it in that photograph. In the photograph taken at the crime scene, she wasn't wearing a scarf. So who has her scarf? Where has it gone? Is there a muffler in the muffler? I don't know. So Miss Star wasn't mistaken. Well, it's about time. Remember, partner, sometimes you gotta grab the bull by the horns. And sometimes you just gotta let that bull go where it will. Time will tell. I have a bad feeling about this. So, what are we swimming in now, Mr. Wright? Deep shit! Deep shadoo-doo! If it's steak sauce, I can hook you up with some fine ribs. Hooey! And why does the sheriff look like an Indian? He looks like a cowboy. He's a cowboy from the Wild West. February 23rd, 12:32 p.m. District Court, courtroom number 9. That's what I called the monsters in the deepest sleep. Oh, did I? Yeah, the giant, like, anus monster. The giant butthole. I know what you're talking about now. Don't get too excited, Erica. You need a cold, cold shower, I tell you what. I'd like to resume. Why is that a question mark? You okay? What's up? The judge keeps looking over at the prosecution. Okay, yeah, no kidding. Is something wrong, Mr. Edgeworth? Your face is blue, your lips are purple, and you're sweating bullets. You just look like a beautiful man. That furrowed brow, those grinding teeth, those watery eyes. Imagine the judge is just like, what's the word? I'm serenading the Edgeworth over here. What's more, your eyes are unfocused. You're doubled over, and it can't be. This can't happen. I wonder what happened to Mr. Edgeworth. I don't know. Well then, I believe it is time we continued on with this trial. During our recess, I had requested that the prosecution conduct an investigation. This is unacceptable. It seems our prosecutor is quite beside himself. Yeah, can we get an explanation? I require context, please. Who's talking right now? Excuse me, knock knock. I swear, I so hope this is that, like, really weirdly, like, that weirdly drawn policeman that didn't look like he fit this game at all. I hope it's that guy. Who's there? Who's this? Who's that? What's with this guy? A strange, stuffy aura seems to be filling the courtroom. Why are your eyes green? I mean, the green eyes are normal, but they look like spirals. Hey, the temperature rose 5.7 degrees when that man came in. Emma, you're the one that needs the cold shower now. Who on earth is he? He's got a very, like, Christian iconography thing going on with the cross. Well, because I'm thinking back to, like, Von Karma had a kind of a vaguely vampire thing going on. So do we have a bit of a priest thing going on here, or what? Ah, it's you. Slow blink twice. Can we get a third one? Yeah, there's the third one. Oh, sorry I'm late. Gee, the roads were packed. It's just me. Long time no see, gee, how you been? Swim much these days? I think that sounds too close to the judge. Hello. No, I've been so busy. Busy, smissy, gee, my boy. You have to make time to relax. Yes, indeed. Pudgy seems to be his nickname for the judge. I'm afraid you're right. Very afraid. Sorry, but who are you? Oh, so you're Righto, the attorney. I've heard good things about you, son. Thanks? So sorry about our little worthy giving you all that trouble, eh? You know, we all should go swimming together sometime, jolly. I don't know what I'm doing with his voice. It's all over the place. No consistency. Little Worthy? Mr. Wright, you don't know the district chief of police? Chief of police? Apparently I do not. I do not know the chief of police. I'm not good at my job. That voice is perfect. Okay, good. Deep, jolly voice. Are we going to give him Santa vibes? Santa, baby. See the Thunderbolt hair? He's based on Zeus. Oh, Zeus. Okay. He's the top-ranking police officer in the entire district. Oh, yeah, I guess, like, with his bang situation is like a lightning bolt. I get that. I wouldn't have thought that if you didn't say something. I just thought hair. Not he's got kind of like a weird seashell thing going on with his beard too, you know, like a Poseidon thing. So he's just got like Zeus, Poseidon, Jesus. I don't know if this symbol is like this weird like kind of like person thing. It means anything or not. Name's Gant, Damon Gant. Pleased to meet you, everyone. Gant, like a Gantt chart. So, to what do we owe this honor today? It's been over 2 years since you last came to this courtroom, hasn't it? Well, it's Worthy here. Look at the poor fellow. I just thought I'd help out by bringing this. Is that the red muffler scarf thing? Hey, that's my sister's muffler. So Ms. Star wasn't just seeing things. Yeah, I thought we'd already kind of figured that out. When the crime occurred, Ms. Sky really was wearing that muffler. Well, see, we don't know that she was wearing it when the crime was committed. We don't actually know that. We just know that she owns one. That's all we know at this point. But to think that it was stuffed into the exhaust pipe. Okay, see, that's what I was wondering. I was wondering if that's what it was. What are you doing? Focus. Focus here, Gant. Focus. On little Worthy's car, no less. Does Edgeworth and Lana have like a thing going on? You know what I'm saying? It's really quite embarrassing, even for us. What is that? The hilt of a sword? Whoa, what's this? It's what you call a switchblade knife. Quite perplexing, this. Chief, what kind of outfit are you running? I say there was, a knife did the deed. So is that a switchblade knife different from the knife that committed the crime? Mr. Edgeworth! How could they miss such a vital piece of evidence? If your investigators are this lax, how do you expect us to do your job? Now wait a minute, Worthy! I have no desire to hear your excuses. I'm telling you to wait! Or didn't you hear me? Oh, the music got intense. What's about to happen? Have a look at this document where it says, person in charge of investigation. There's no mistaking that signature is there. Miles Edgeworth. That's not fair. On the day of the crime, I had your head in the clouds because you got that award. I know how you feel. So wait, the person in charge of the investigation is Miles Edgeworth? And he's the one whose car the guy's body was stuffed into, and he's the one whose knife was used to kill the guy. Like, why would Edgeworth be the prosecutor? Why would he be in charge of the investigation? Like, even if he didn't do anything wrong, this is just a terrible idea. But you're the person in charge. I'll expect a written apology. What? Are you serious? Don't be too upset. We'll find a way to clean up this mess that you made. See, Edgeworth's getting set up. He's getting set up hard to look like he's incompetent and can't do his job, and they're trying to get rid of him. He's getting set up or something, right? This is the first time I've seen Mr. Edgeworth at a loss for words. This kind of major blunder is unlike you, Mr. Edgeworth. Gah. The court accepts this new evidence. But I'd like to ask the defense a favor first. Yes?
Just to be sure, I'd like to take a look at the blade of this knife.
The blade, Your Honor? Well, I don't see why not.
Could you open it up for me, I wonder?
Why do I feel like I'm about to be set up for some reason? I don't want to touch the knife. Give me some gloves. Actually, should a police officer do it or something? A forensic specialist or something? I'm like scared. Yes, well, I think all you have to do is push that switch and it just explodes. Just explodes.
If I cut my finger, Mr. Wright, I wouldn't be able to pound my gavel anymore.
Yeah, but if I cut my finger, I wouldn't be able to point it at people anymore. Come on, just hurry up and open it. What?
The ghosts are doing it for me! Oh, do you want me to do this part? Oh, sorry, Gabe. You want me to do this part? Okay, I'll do it.
There should be like a button or something. What am I looking for? Here we go. Wow, don't scare me like that. Oh, it's broken. The knife is like busted. Also bloody or something. I'm the one who's scared. I don't know why I was asked to touch the thing. It's evident. It's clearly evidence. Why am I handling it? Look at this knife. Oh, look at this knife blade. The tip is broken off. Look at this knife. Isn't it neat? Wouldn't you think my collection's complete? And this dark red stain. Blood? Switchblade knife added to the court record. Found at the crime scene, wrapped in the defendant's muffler. Oh, so it was found in the muffler. Okay, I guess I missed that part. Small tag attached. Yeah, did it not come? I mean, did it come with that tag or did we add it? It says like SL92 or something like that. SL92. We also found that note. Hang on. Hold on a second. We found that night. That note, not that night. I'm not seeing a connection. At least not right now. All right, never mind. This does not excuse the actions of the police department. I would like to hear an explanation from the chief of police himself.
I'm terribly sorry, but could I ask you to testify for us about the split between the prosecutors and the police and this knife? Sure thing. Not a problem. Not even a little one, really.
Gant means glove in French. He is wearing gloves. I'll picture whatever goddamn tone I decide I want to picture. I do what I want, thank you very much. Department in disorder.
This knife is special, but I can't say how here. Unless there's evidence to prove a connection between this knife and Goodman. That was a bad day for the department. We weren't in any shape to do an investigation. A detective was killed at the police department, see? What a mess. The time of the crime? 5:15. Scary coincidence, huh? It's not officially linked to this case here, so I can't talk much about it.
Oh, wow.
There was a murder at the police department? A detective? That's hush-hush information, Udgy. We haven't exactly announced it yet.
Wait, is there another murder besides Goodman? Well, wait a second. You said 5:15. That's the exact time that Detective Goodman was killed at the prosecutor's office. Yeah?
Order! Anyway, we at the department were all flustered, as you might well assume. We're in the middle of a top secret investigation. Don't tell anyone, okay? Especially all of you, the people that are watching all this, the witnesses up there, you know, just shut up. I think we understand the police department's situation. Well, Mr. Wright?
2 detectives killed at the same time in 2 different places. The chances of that are really slim, scientifically speaking, of course. I'd like to exercise my right to cross-examine the witness.
Very well. However, keep your questions focused on the case at hand.
Is that why Is that why Lana confessed to this one? So that she couldn't be roped into the other one? Into the other murder, you know? We're gonna have to press him on everything because I learned that we need to do that.
This knife is special, but I can't say how here.
Excuse me, special?
Hard to come by this particular knife anywhere else.
Might that special thing be this little tag?
Oh, sorry, Righto, but I can't say that now. Not that.
We've established that the knife in Goodman's chest was this knife. Now, why was there another knife at the scene of the crime?
That's quite a mystery. Like a mystery, it's wrapped in something. A muffler. Unless there's evidence to prove a connection between this knife and Goodman.
This knife was found on the scene of our crime. I think that makes it connected to the case, don't you?
See, there's a lot of things that go on at the department I can't explain. It's delicate, okay? Sorry, Righto.
Maybe there's something about the knife that will give us a clue. Let's examine that knife while we can, Righto. Don't start calling me that. Evidence that links this knife to Detective Goodman. I think perhaps the pieces are falling into place. I should try presenting the piece of evidence that's had me stumped all this time. You mean the note? So how were things down at the department? I want to press everything first, but we'll come back to that.
That was a bad day for the department. We weren't in any shape to do an investigation.
Something happened at the police department too, huh?
You got a good look in your eyes there, Righto, my boy. Sharp, hungry.
So, something did happen. And why wasn't I informed?
Why weren't you informed? Well, why didn't you ask?
You can't know what you don't know.
No matter, I understand. You were busy, what with Lana's case and all.
Well, what happened? What happened at the police department that day? We're asking now! Get your sharks out of court! No sharks in court! Derica, welcome to the stream. Who dat? That's, shoot, what the frick was his name just now? You'll find out in a second. Gant! I'm like, what's his name? I already forgot. Something Gant. He's new. He's the chief of police. Damon Gant.
A detective was killed at the police department, see? What a mess.
Hey now, I said no sharks in the court! Get your court sharks out! Where's my gavel? I need like a hammer. I got, this kind of looks like a hammer. Ha! I don't want to bang my desk though with it. I don't want to do it. Just pretend. On the same day that a detective was killed in the prosecutor's parking lot, another detective was killed at the police department?
That's a fact. Surprising, isn't it, Udgy? I'm at a loss for words.
And the perpetrator? Do you have a suspect?
Well, there was a suspect. Just arrested him, in fact.
Just arrested? That was quick.
But there's still a lot of unanswered questions. Maybe you could help, Righto.
I suppose I could help, if you help me by giving me data on your case.
Oh, good one. This kid's sharp. Okay, here's the deal. I'll tell you one thing and one thing only.
This isn't a game, Gant. This isn't a game. 2 people were murdered. I'm thinking where the victim was found. We were already told that they were killed at 5:15. And presumably they died to a stab wound. Presumably. Because he said that the switchblade was related to his case. So, but we don't know where. Well, we do know where. It was in the police department itself. But we don't know if they were like shoved in a car, a closet, or whatever. So that's what I'm thinking. Is Damon supposed to be important? Presumably, he's literally brand new. We just met him like 5 minutes before you got here. I want to say where? So tell me, Where was the victim found?
Well, I can't speak on where the corpse was found.
Now, you told me you'd tell a thing, Gant. You told me that you would tell me a thing.
But I can say the crime took place in the evidence room at the police department.
Okay, well, that does help. The evidence room. We've actually been there before. Interesting. The evidence room?
You wouldn't know about the evidence room, would you, Righto?
I can't say I've heard of it. What? No, what? We've been there. We've been there, haven't we? Haven't we? We were in a room. Well, maybe it wasn't an evidence room. We were in that room with the D something case, the DL case or whatever. We had to look up a bunch. That's where Maya got tased. You guys remember that? I think she got tased. Someone got tased in there or something. You know what I'm talking about? I'm not crazy. Well, I'm crazy, but I remember that. I remember something went down in a room. I thought it was the evidence room, but maybe it was something else. I guess I should ask again once I learn a bit more about this evidence room.
There's something stranger about this than the place where the body was found. The time of the crime, 5:15, scary coincidence, huh?
5:15? But that's when Detective Goodman was killed in the prosecutor. We've already been over this, but it's okay.
What? Funny, isn't it? A murder at the prosecutor's place and a murder at our place at the very same time.
It seems like more than a coincidence. Probably orchestrated. There are 2 murderers.
What are the chances?
Coincidence? This is just my gut feeling, but I'd say there's a 0.001% chance of that happening. What happened? It happened. Chief Gant, please tell us more about the incident.
It's not officially linked to this here case, so I can't talk much about it.
How can you say there's no connection?
Oh, because I'm the chief of police. I can't just say anything I please, Righto, you understand.
Try to understand, Wright. Everyone stop calling me that, please.
Well, if you can prove there is a connection, more power to you. Maybe there is something that ties the 2 murders together?
Whatever it is, I'd better find it and get to the bottom of this. 2 detectives were killed at 5:15, one at the prosecutor's office and one at the police department. That can't be a coincidence. And that knife! What was it doing there? Probably being stashed, right? I'd better check this knife out. All right. We'll check the knife. Hang on, can I present? I want one. I think something to do with this note is important, but can I actually look at the tag on this? Because we didn't really actually do that. Here we go. We just opened it earlier. There's a small tag on the knife. It says SL92. What's that supposed to mean? I'm not sure, but it reminds me of a similar code, DL6. Maybe it's a case number? Right. That's what I was talking about earlier, the DL6 incident. That's weird. What? I don't remember where, but I think I've seen something like this before. Something similar to what's written on this tag. It wasn't that long ago either. Maybe I should check the court record again. I mean, again, we had that note, but it didn't have like SL92. I mean, that's got to be what she's talking about though, right? She's got to be talking about Goodman's note. Oh, if you turn it, it's upside down, isn't it? SL9. It's upside down. 212. Or 221, rather. 521? Hang on. Whatever. But this is the SL9. It's this thing right here. Okay, hang on. Can I present it just anytime? Or can I just... Do I have to find the right text? Unless there's evidence to prove a connection. Ah, this one. Yeah. It's upside down, guys. It's literally upside down. Yeah, I don't think it was the evidence room. Okay, Goodman's note. Present it. Wait a second. Wait a second. Wait a minute.
Ah, at last, an honest-to-goodness objection!
This knife, this has to have something to do with Detective Goodman.
What do you mean? Ah ha ha, an honest-to-goodness what do you mean, Fumudgy? This is great.
Look at the tag on this knife. It reads SL92.
And this is important, why?
Over here, we also have a memo that was on the body of the victim.
What's this? 6 minus 7s.
I like how he thinks it's a minus 7s instead of a 75, which is what I thought.
12-2?
Nay, Your Honor, it's upside down.
Upside.
The printed name on the memo makes it look like it's right side up, but turn it around and what do you get? Da 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 da, 221 SL9!
Aha!
Whoever wrote this note was holding the paper upside down.
SL9, that's the same thing that is written on that knife's tag. Order, order. Well, Chief? Oh, well, I guess the cat's out of the bag. You win, righto.
I win? What game are we playing again?
This knife was evidence in a case. It was stolen from the department's evidence room.
Okay, I'm just gonna press you on that. So this knife was stolen?
Yes, but on the day of the murder.
It was evidence, you say. Was it in fact a murder weapon?
Nice, nice, nice. Good show, little Worthy. It was a murder weapon, as it happens. It was evidence from a case long since solved.
So this knife was stolen on the day of the murder, and it was found in the exhaust pipe of Edgeworth's car. Hard to think there isn't a connection there.
That was a bad day for the department. We weren't in any shape to do an investigation.
So we've already done that, though. Okay, so this is all information we've already seen. So the only thing that got changed was that it was evidence in a case, and it was stolen. What exactly do you want me to do with this information, game? We've got his ID. Have we checked out his ID? Was there anything weird on here that we should be looking at? Hang on, I saw something. Hang on, what do we... Yeah, what are we looking at here? Have we... A name and ID number are written here. Sergeant Bruce Goodman, ID 5842189. I wonder why they only use numbers for ID. Oh, I think we have talked about this. Letters, silly. They're the reason we have written language in the first place. Sergeant Bruce Goodman, yabba-dab. Yeah. We've actually already done that. I just didn't know if there was any... Dude, oh, the symbol. This is where I've seen this. This is the symbol on the police chief's necktie, too. So it must be the symbol of the police. It's just literally the police department symbol. That checks out. Okay. So the knife or the notes to cancel... Oh, no, we already did that. Press. Should we just keep pressing on everything? Oh, we can. We already have. So it's just weird. Something happened at the police department, too, huh?
You got a good look in your eyes there, righto, my boy. Sharp, hungry.
So we've already done that, though. Why wasn't I informed? It's because he's on the case. Well, what happened? What happened at the police department that day? The detective was killed. Yeah, we already did that. Do I need to press this? We already did this. Knife was stolen on the day of the murder. It was evidence. Murder weapon. Yes.
Right.
Unless do I need a trigger it? Like just go through it all again? The detective was killed at the police department. What a mess. Yeah, another person was killed. That's a fact. Surprising. Do you have a suspect? There was a suspect. Just arrested him. Just arrested. Yeah, we've done this. I wish you would tell me who you arrested. Oh, I'll tell you one thing. Okay, I can ask a new thing, though. Okay. I can ask a new thing. Okay, well, how about... Well, if they weren't killed by the knife and it was actually previous evidence, then we can ask how the victim was killed. Yeah, the how? Yeah. Well, how was the detective killed?
How was he killed? Now that's the interesting part. It was what we in the force call a stabbing with a knife.
A knife? That's exactly the same as Detective Goodman. Well, see, that's what I had already assumed, which is weird.
That's the spirit we're cooking now. But you know, that's not the only thing that was exactly the same.
Well, what do you mean?
There were more similarities between the two cases than the cause of death.
It seems like I'm going to have to press this a bit harder. Okay. I'm just gonna press you again. And then ask you the other question, right? Because we already know it was at 5:15. So when did the murder at the police department occur?
Now that's a sharp question, right? Oh, very sharp.
You keep saying sharp, and we're talking about knives. There's all these knives, and everything is sharp.
Well, my boy, you're gonna love this.
Okay, so like, yeah, he just goes straight back into this. Are we gonna get the same info? 5:15. Yep. Funny, isn't it? Same place, same time. Well, no, same place. No, same time, different place. Press him on it not being connected. Well, we literally have though. Oh, because it's not officially linked. Oh, so like this is just a false now, right? Got it. This whole case, like, it just kind of like there's something. The rules are different in this case. Like you do things slightly different. It's weird. I don't know how to explain it. How can you say there's no connection?
Oh, because I'm the chief of police. I can't just say anything I please, righto, you understand?
Try to understand, righto.
Well, if you can prove there is a connection, more power to you. Maybe there's something that ties the two murders together.
In the police department, that can't be a coincidence. And that knife. What was it doing there? I'd better check this knife out. We already have. We already did. We did that! We already did! I'm confused! Like, you know they're connected, you said so! Do you just want me to show you the knife? Does he just want me to show him the knife? Like we like just went through this though. Is that what you want? You want me to just show you the knife? Like we just talked about how this. We just talked about this is the big brain case. This isn't big brain. Like we just talked about this. They're connected. Your Honor, what do you think about the witness's statement? I'm not sure I follow. Okay, so that wasn't it. Okay. That's fine. My health is fine. We're fine. My HP point. Why is it always in 2s? Like it's never 1. Now ask where? Why now? What changed? What changed? We needed to know more about the evidence room? We know more now? What more do we know? What did we learn about the evidence room? We learned the knife came from there, I guess? Oh, I thought that was the... Hang on. There we go. Which one of these stupid lines of dialogue leads me to the question? Oh my god, we've already been through this, guys! That the knife was stolen. This is like a weird way, this is a weird way to handle this. This is like weird. I like how he's like, well, I'll tell you one thing only. We've asked him all 3 of these. This is why this is weird. It's like, we've asked all of these. So tell me, where was the victim found?
Well, I can't speak on where the corpse was found, but I can say the crime took place in the evidence room at the police department.
The evidence room. Wait a second, I have heard of that. Yeah, because he freaking told us! I'm on cuckoo pills here. The evidence room. Didn't he mention that in his testimony just now? Yes! Literally just now and 5 minutes ago! Are we having a flashback? Why are we having a flashback? What is this game? What is this? I'm on psycho pills! What the frick?
This knife was evidence in a case. It was stolen from the department's evidence room.
I know! There's the connection between the 2 cases. No, duh! You seem happy, Mr. Wright. Do I? Do I see? Is this the look? Is this the face of happiness? Happy? Happy, we just got handed our ticket to go to town on this case. With the link between the 2 cases established, we finally have some leverage. Now we can get Gant to testify about the details that he was refusing to tell us, even though we're in a courtroom, which feels illegal. So can I press you on this now? Because you're just literally lying in your testimony? Chief, the defense's position is simply this. The connection between these 2 cases has already been proven, like several times.
You don't say. Well, out with it, Righto. What's your connection?
1, do we need to send you to an asylum because you've lost your mind? You have the dementia. Because you said so, literally yourself.
Yes, out with it, Mr. Wright.
You're all crazy. I hate you all. The connection is a place mentioned in the testimony we just heard, that we all just heard with all of our own collective ears, not 5 seconds ago. The knife found in the lot was stolen from the police department's evidence room. Not to mention the victim had on him the case number on the knife's evidence tag. See, if we were all like uncovering this over the course of the day, I would get it. But no, we, like, just now. And we also know that the detective murdered at the police department was killed in that very same evidence room. Yep, it's all in the testimony.
There do seem to be too many connections for it to be a coincidence.
Yep.
You two make a good pair. It took my men 2 days to find out what you deduced right here.
What? What? Chief, I request that you resign because you're useless. I request that you release your information on the victim at the police department.
See, that's the tricky part. It hasn't been announced yet, and
we're in court. If they're connected, you can't say no. Stop. This is obstruction of justice, quite literally. Can we get the information unofficially? If he just says yes, someone please fire this man.
Sure, why not? It's unofficial after all.
What, really? Who would have guessed? Me. I don't, this has to be a nightmare. This whole case has to be a fever dream.
I'll cooperate.
You have to. It's a courtroom.
But I can't reveal the name of the victim at the department, okay?
This man equal Gumshoe. Gumshoe has not been that stupid all game. They made him look stupid in this case and this case only. He's a little blue collar, a little rough around the edges, but not stupid. This is the only case where he's been literally silly. I will defend Gumshoe. I'm gonna lose my freaking mind. I'm having a mental breakdown right now. If you're going to tell us a little, why not tell us everything instead of stringing us along like some sort of sick, twisted game? It's because he's the freaking murderer. He likes to kill people for fun. He's just like, stabby, stabby. Oh, what a mystery. Stab, stab, stab.
Oh, well, case information is sticky stuff. Sticky like blood.
Sharp knives, blood. I'm crazy.
You have to do everything just so properly.
Oh, well, I guess I might as well try to get what I can out of him. Am I just gonna have to do all of these, but in the right order? Oh my god. The victim's division, the victim's ID number, the victim's gender. The ID number would, like, we could, like, reference that. Yeah, ask about the ID. Yeah, that's what, like, if he's like, I can't give you the name, it's like, oh, give me the ID number. Then we'll look it up. Okay, yeah, but you tell me the victim's ID number. I'm just gonna assume that you have that memorized.
Sure, why not? It's not like you'll be able to tell who it is from that.
Of course not. Unless it matches frickin' Goodman's ID number, because we have his ID. You won't tell me their name after all.
We keep a tight lid on ID numbers, so don't go getting your hopes up. The number is
5842189. It is literally Goodman's number. It's literally that. I remembered that it ended in 89. It is literally his number. So either there's two Goodmans, there's two IDs with Goodman's ID number, or someone's a body double. I can't present right now, so I'm just gonna keep talking.
Well, that's quite long. And we have to remember these. It drives me nuts.
8, 2. I can't do it. You didn't even get the first number right. Well, Mr. Wright, does this tell you anything? It sure does. The ID number of the victim at the police department, 5842189. This tells me something. Oh, it sure does. I'm not sure what it concludes, but it tells me something, Your Honor. I think.
Meaning?
What are we doing right now? It has to be what I think it is. Can I just come on, Phoenix? Me, you, us. We're the only two sane people in this entire courtroom right now, and I'm really starting to doubt that I'm hanging on to my sanity. We're the only ones that know. This ID number is literally Goodman's ID. Like, we have his ID in our pocket right now. But what does this mean? I don't know what it means, Phoenix. I don't know the conclusion yet. Well, let's hear what the defense has to say. You say the ID number of the detective who was murdered at the police department tells you something. What does it tell you? Yeah, it's this. Take that! Take that! And rewind it back. Witness.
What is it, Mr. Wright? You're grinning like a schoolgirl on prom.
No, Judge? What the hey, dude? Judge, you need a cool shower. No, it's just, I got confused. No, Phoenix, stick to your guns. We have the ID. Stick to it. And this is news? Huh? Just come out with both guns blazing, like you always do. That's what I said, stick to your guns. The police department, the prosecutor's office. 2 places, 2 detectives murdered at one time. We don't even know for a fact that anyone was murdered in the police department, like, at all, since Silly Billy won't actually, like, divulge any info. Like, he could just be making this up. But, like, we haven't sent anybody to go confirm this. Actually, I happen to have a police ID number here.
Oh, is it yours?
Judge, I'm not a cop. No, Your Honor, I'm a defense attorney. Remember how all this works? You're a judge. You're old. You've been doing this for how long? Your whole goddamn life, probably. This is the ID number of our victim, Detective Goodman. May he rest in peace. He died to this whole silly nightmare.
Shame on you, Righto. Personnel IDs are top secret.
Yeah, well, they're printed on their ID badge. So anyway, his number is 5842189. You know, the number that Gant said a second ago. I swear to God, if we have a flashback to Gant saying that number, I'm out. I'm gonna walk.
And this means what exactly?
Huh?
Wait, that ID number we heard from the chief earlier.
I swear to God.
That started with 82. I've forgotten.
You didn't even get that first number right again. The number the chief of police gave us was 5842189. Wait a second, Wright? What does this? I don't know. What does it mean? That's what I want to know. The two ID numbers are identical. In other words, the detective killed in the police department's evidence room was Bruce Goodman. What does our witness think about that nonsense? I don't even know if we can keep calling him witness. He didn't witness anything. He's just the chief of police.
Oh, sharp as a tack, sharp as a knife, Righto, sharp as a bloody, bloody knife. But wait, Detective Goodman is our victim. Not that the cases are related in any way whatsoever. It's just that the same guy died in both of them. What a coincidence.
He was killed at 5:15 in the underground parking lot. Yet a detective, Bruce Goodman, was also killed at the police department in the evidence room at the exact same time. That's impossible. So what we're saying is the same person was killed at the same time and in a completely different location? I guess that's what we're saying.
Order! Chief, what does this mean?
No. What I want to know is why didn't I hear about this? Yes, it's top secret, fine, but I'm the prosecutor in charge of the case.
Now, just wait a second, Worthy. No need to get all flustered.
Your Honor, the police department has made a grave error in this case.
Wait. I said wait. Or didn't you hear me?
I can't. This is not the time to act all big, powerful, like I'm Mr. in charge or whatever. You look like a psychopath in every possible way.
The oversight, the grave error, Mr. Edgeworth, they're yours.
What? How? How dare?
We informed you yesterday. I believe it was our Officer Meekins who brought you the news.
Officer Meekins? Oh my God, the officer's coming back. Oh my God, he's coming back. Mr. Wright, where have we heard that name before? Wait, aha! Yeah, it's this guy that doesn't look even remotely like he belongs in this game. See? He just looks different. He looks like he just doesn't fit somehow. Maybe it's because he's just too animated. I don't know.
Excuse me, but is Mr. Edgeworth anywhere on the premises? I'm here, sir. You got the request of the chief, sir. I've got your report, sir.
I remember him doing that, but you don't mean him.
According to Meekins, you didn't accept the report. Hard to believe.
But your officer, he told me, he said that report had nothing to do with the Lana Sky incident.
Detective Bruce Goodman murdered in the police department evidence room. Mr. Edgeworth, the victim's name is written right on the top of the report.
Gah! Why didn't your officer tell me? Well, honestly, why didn't you look at the file at all? But okay. Honestly, I'm not sure if that officer was capable of making the connection. Yeah, he's just a cop. He's just like a beat cop or something. He did seem challenged. What is this game? What is this?
In any case, this is a serious error, a gross negligence of duty on your part, Worthy.
But sir, you could have submitted that report this morning to the court as evidence. Then I don't know how you interrupt Edgeworth with just 2 slow blinks like that, but okay, that's fine. I get it. It's whatever.
No such luck this time, Worthy. Or should I say, unworthy?
Oh boy. See, I told you they're coming after Edgeworth. Like, this whole operation has been a sting operation to remove Edgeworth. Like, something's up. What?
Now, what was the second rule of evidence law?
Well, Mr. Wright? Oh, shoot, I don't know. I'm barely a lawyer. I cheated to get into here. Rule 2, unregistered evidence presented must be relevant to the case on unregistered evidence presented must be relevant to the case on trial. Okay. And how is this rule relevant? That's what I was gonna say.
Normally, you submit a list of evidence to be used in court before the trial. This report wasn't on that list.
So, what does this mean?
I couldn't submit this evidence until a connection was proven in court.
Oh, so you used me to do that. You had 2 cases that officially weren't connected. He knew they were connected. He needed me, Phoenix Wright, to connect the 2 so that he could bring up this mystery hidden secret evidence to use. This has been a massive sting operation to attack Edgeworth. Like, that's what I'm saying.
Duh. The connection was just proven by Righto over here. Good job, Righto, my boy.
Huh? I was just doing my job. I mean, I'm not in trouble. I don't know what's going on over here. I'm not in trouble. No!
It seems we have come to the end of this trial. I know you're going through a tough time, Worthy. What with all these rumors? You were even in the defendant's chair just this past December.
Yeah. I mean, okay, so Edgeworth looks like he's not fit to prosecute on this case. That's what I've been saying this whole goddamn time. So who cares? We get a new prosecutor in here. We need to continue the trial because we have to figure out who the frick murdered Goodman. I apologize for this terrible lack of due diligence on my part.
Mr. Edgeworth.
Please, just give me one day. I'll get to the bottom of what happened. If it's the last thing I do. Edgeworth, you're a prosecutor. You're not an investigator. Honestly, like, just step down on this one, you know?
You'd better get results this time, really.
You have my profound apologies, sir. Poor Mr. Edgeworth.
I don't think there's ever been an error this serious in the history of this court.
This whole thing has been kangaroo court, man.
I will grant one further day as the prosecution has requested. Will that be sufficient, Mr. Edgeworth?
Yes, Your Honor. Thank you.
Whatever your punishment for this is, for your sake, I hope it's not decisive.
Whatever your punishment for this is, for your sake, I hope... What? Who's punishing him? Like, what?
Very well, court is if you're not doing a judge, then no one is. I don't know what to tell you.
To be continued. That was a lot. That was a lot. That was a lot, guys. That was a lot. That was jam-packed. Gant is literally Edgeworth's boss. Gant is the chief of police, so he's actually not. Right? The chief of police isn't in charge of prosecutors. He hopes Edgeworth doesn't get canned. Yeah, I don't know about this universe. All I know is about where the law works where I live, and the chief of police has nothing to do with the prosecution. Like, they're separate departments. They're completely separate situations. If anything, Edgeworth's boss would be the chief prosecutor, which is the person who's suspected of murder, the person who confessed. Edgeworth's boss can't fire Edgeworth because she's currently a suspect in a criminal investigation that involves Edgeworth, which I can't believe no one is bringing up at all. It's wild to me. And no, guys, it's mostly like, I don't have anything against Edgeworth. He just shouldn't be prosecuting this trial. It should be someone else. Anyway, I'm going to go get a beverage. How does it involve him? Who? How does what involve who? Edgeworth? What do you mean, how does it? Edgeworth's car. Edgeworth's knife. Like, what? Because it's his stuff. Edgeworth drove his car into that parking garage 3 minutes before the murder. It's his car that the body was found in, killed by his knife. Edgeworth should not be prosecuting. I'm not saying he did it, but legally, it's a conflict of interest to leave him in charge of the investigation. That's insane. That's not circumstantial. That's insane. You're just saying the word circumstantial because you've heard it in a show or something. That's insane. No one in their right mind would do that. I'm like, my chair's tripped up on a cord. All right, I'm going to go get a beverage and I'll be right back. Ooh. Okay, I'm back. So here's the thing. You say Lana was seen doing the stabbing. That's actually not proven. Don't you shark me. Corjan, you've clearly played this game before, but I need you to put what you already know about the game aside for a second. The only person claiming to have seen the murder go down was that other witness. She didn't have evidence. She only had eyewitness testimony. She was also caught lying during her testimony so many times. The photo happened 5 minutes after the crime. There's no proof that Lana committed the crime. That's why we're in trial. We're in trial to figure that out. She confessed. Lana confessed. But that's why we're in trial. You can't take it at face value because people lie. So no, it doesn't matter that someone claimed to have seen it. So put aside what you already know about the game. Go based on what we actually know about the trial so far. If you're the police, yes, Lana confessed. But until the trial's over, she's not guilty. She's innocent until proven guilty. Now, again, this game, if it takes place in, I don't know, Japan or something where the laws are different. But she's innocent until proven guilty. She confessed, but we're at trial. So until the trial's over, she's innocent. With that in mind, Edgeworth his car. He was in the area at the time, and he has a knife. Edgeworth should be a suspect. Edgeworth should be a suspect. I'm not saying he did it, but he should be a suspect. That's what's so weird about all this. Now, this is so... What's extra crazy, again, talking about obstruction of justice and perjury, because that was what the previous witness lied during her testimony, and that was committing perjury. One can argue that the chief of police is committing perjury via omission. I know you said like he can't bring up stuff that's not related to the case, but he knew they were related to the case. He could have made those connections for us. Instead, he used his prior knowledge to lure us into luring Edgeworth into a trap to make him specifically look bad, instead of committing justice and actually explaining the full story as he knows it. He picked and chose what information to present, not based on how they were related, but based on how he would look and how it would make Edgeworth look. That's perjury. It's perjury via omission. That's illegal too. So he's committing a crime here, whether or not silly, dumb judge man today, because he judged today. This case is so weird. This chapter 5 is nothing like 1 through 4. The judge is very loopy. Like he's like very easily he was kind of silly in the previous ones. And this one, he's just full tilt dementia. Like it's crazy. And I don't even know what to do with that. But he's not making the connections. Phoenix Wright is, he just spent a couple of months off from doing, like, no work at all. So I guess he's just kind of blundering his way through it, too. This has been, like, a nightmare trial. Like, if this all came to public in real life, there's going to be mistrial, like, demands on this one. Like, that's why I'm, like, losing my mind over here. This game uses the characterization from the future games. Yeah, and it must, because someone the other day, it might have been you, I don't remember now. Someone said this was made for the DS version too, which is why this felt so weird. Like some of the mechanics of the game is a little different. Obviously, they introduced being able to inspect things on this episode, which wasn't a thing in episodes 1 through 4, and then also like that weird situation where you had to loop through the dialogue to get to the re-asking the questions. That's clunky. That is clunky UI. That's clunky design. They should know. Like it's literally like one variable in the code where it's like, has this question been asked? Yes or no? And if it has, I don't need to repeat it. That's just really clunky. Having me sift through that, especially when episodes 1 through 4 didn't do that, and episode 5 is tacked on to the first game. So it's still part of the first game. So having episode 5 work this way, very clunky, and I'm very disappointed with the direction that they've taken with this. Maybe it made more sense on the DS, I couldn't tell you, but it's very strange. It just feels, I feel like I'm actually in a night, like this isn't canon to me. This doesn't feel canonical. It feels like Phoenix Wright is going to wake up at the end of this and be like, wow, that was all a dream. It really feels like that. It's so bizarre. I just can't get over it. This game was made after the trilogy. I don't know what you mean. Do you mean the trilogy collection was made after the individual games were made? Is that what you mean? Because yes, I know that. I get that. But that doesn't mean they couldn't have made this game's mechanics consistent with the rest of Game 1's episodes. So I stand by that. You're gonna be quiet about that? Is that because you just disagree with me? I'm sticking to my guns on this one. I'm a Let's Player. Let's have fun with the game. Oh no, I'm having fun. I'm having fun. Are we not having fun? I'm having fun, but I'm being critical. I'm doing the Let's Play critique thing. Gotcha. because I play a lot of games. You know, so I have thoughts about it. And it's just that it's this whole like, and honestly, this is like a lesson to anyone that does remakes, like when they remake games and they like remaster and stuff like that. I think there's a temptation to like preserve everything exactly the way it was. It's actually kind of funny. Who brought up the Submachine Legacy like at the beginning of the stream? We were talking about Submachine Legacy, and they remade that game and put it all into one. But they actually, the creator of the Submachine series, redid the games so that when he put them in the collection, they would be more smooth, so that it would make sense game to game to game. That makes a lot of sense. There's a temptation with a lot of people that do like trilogies, remaster, or not trilogies, but like collections is what I meant. Do like collections, remasters, that kind of thing, to like try to leave it as untouched as possible. But when you put a collection of a thing after the fact, it's okay to go in and make sure that the design is consistent all the way through. Something like they did that with the Spyro Reignited trilogy, where they kept most of all of the mechanics the same, but they had to really revamp the game feel of the first game to feel consistent with 2 and 3, because otherwise it would feel really disjointed. So it's okay to go in and make tweaks to make sure that they're consistent. Now, with a game like this, it's kind of like a visual novel style, where there's a lot of dialogue and a lot of talking and a lot of writing. I get why they didn't want to completely rewrite the game, because then it would feel like a different game entirely. So, like, I'm not trying to hate on that too much, but I do feel like the characterizations, it is really, if this episode was made significantly after episodes 1 through 4, it is really a shame that the characterizations changed so drastically, because it really feels like whiplash. It really does feel like whiplash to go from episode 4 into 5. And maybe other people that are massive fans of the series don't feel that way because they've played these games so much, because I haven't played any of them. You know, I haven't played game 2 and I haven't played game 3. So to me, this is my first time experiencing these characters and going from 4 to 5. That's why I'm like losing my mind and screaming and I'm on crazy pills, because as someone coming into this for the first time, it is a drastic difference. Like, it's not just subtle, it's massive. It's bizarre. And it would be a little bit different if they didn't call it episode 5. If it was just like bonus episode or side episode or just some other thing. When they tack on and they say this is episode 5, canonically this is the 5th episode, it's like my expectation is for my characterizations and my expectations to be consistent through. But if it's going to take a massive departure from 4, it needed to be indicated as such. Then I, as a player, can come in with fresh new expectations instead of expecting it to work like 4. It works mostly like 4. Anyway, we'll get back to actually playing the game. Sometimes I like to just talk about games. I do this with TV shows too, about like Netflix shows that I've been watching or whatever, and you talk about like the differences between characters, seasons, etc. I'm actually just nerding out about the game is what I'm doing. Anyway, February 23rd, 2:15 p.m., Wright & Co. Law Offices. Mr. Wright, so what's going on with the case anyway? I'm a little confused. You and me both, Emma. You and me both. Well, let's see. What is going on? The victim, Detective Bruce Goodman, was stabbed to death after 5 p.m. on the 21st. We can say 5:15, Phoenix. We all know it's 5:15. He died in the prosecutor's parking lot and the police department's evidence room. What's this and the evidence room part? And this is the other thing too. They're doing a lot more recapping after the to be continued than I remember them doing in the previous episode. Now that might be misremembering on my part. So I feel like I'm repeating myself a lot. The prosecutor's office and the police department are 30 minutes apart by car. Okay, that's actually worth noting. Actually, I think we may have talked about that, about the long drive towards the beginning of this episode when we were moving from area to area. But that's a good point to make, that it happened 30 minutes apart. So again, this kind of lends itself to there must have been collaboration of some kind. A coordination. Well, that's what we're going to find out Or try to, at least. All right, let's do it. Glad she's in good spirits, but I'm not sure she's going to be much help with this. Don't be so sure, Mr. Wright. Huh? Look, we're in this together, right? I'll prove that these thick-rimmed glasses of mine aren't just for show. I don't know what that means. Let's go. Science awaits us. Also, Miss Science, like being the replacement for Maya, is also so super disjointed. It's like, I don't know you, girl. I don't know who you are. Other than my client, I guess. She's the one that actually brought us on board. February 23rd, prosecutor's office underground parking lot. You know, I really don't think we should worry about the police department murder. There wasn't even a body found there. Who cared? So, I don't know. My assumption was that there must have been some kind of body. I mentioned body doubles or whatever. How does the chief of police know a man was murdered in the police department if they found no body? Court record. Autopsy, right? Hang on. Death due to loss of blood, 1 knife wound, died within an hour and a half of 4 p.m. So if he was actually stabbed at the police department, thrown into Edgeworth's car because Edgeworth was attending that ceremony, Edgeworth drives the car to the parking lot, and that's where Lana finds Goodman's dying or already dead body. Like, he already had a knife in him. Okay. Yeah, it was only our victim who was killed in their evidence room. No biggie. Besides, my sister would never do such a thing. I know it. That oil drum, was it empty? I don't remember what you sounded like. The oil drum kicked over by the chief prosecutor is brimming with water. I don't know why we flash back to that, actually. My sister erasing evidence at the crime scene? Never. Even though she says they don't get along, Emma really likes her sister. That's not it at all. It's just, we're both professionals at what... See, I keep saying things, like, Phoenix keeps saying things in parentheses, and then Emma keeps responding to them like she's reading our mind. Like, are you the actual psychic, Emma? Like, what? We're both professionals at what we do, and I trust her. Big words for a high school student. But whether there was blood on the floor, or not, the water in that oil drum washed it all away. Hehehe. Ignore the strength of my science at your own peril, Mr. Wright. Huh? What's that grin for? This situation calls for one thing, and that is luminol testing fluid. Luminol? Blood is sticky stuff, you know. You can't just wash it away with a little water. Even if you can't see it, it's still there. But wouldn't the police have already done those tests? Not if the chief of police is the one in charge of making sure that the dumbest people are... Like that chief... Marshal, Sheriff, whatever the frick is... Marshal... He seems pretty useless. He could just be babysitting the crime scene and not actually doing anything. You know what I mean? Never trust anyone's eyes but your own, Mr. Wright. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't trust the police on this. Like, the police are up to some shenanigans, which is weird. Just give it a try. Me? Why do I have to do it? I'm a minor. I can't even drink yet. Well, I'm not asking you to drink the luminol fluid, Emma. We're testing bloodstains with this stuff, not drinking it. That's what I said! Here, look, I'll lend you these glasses. Why? You had an extra pair of those things? Oh. To test for a blood reaction, just spray the luminol on it. Like this, see? Okay. Press enter to spray it on. Okay, let's find us some blood stain. Oh, okay. Well, there's some blood stains over here, all right. That's where we were expecting them to be. What's happening? Oh, okay. I can see her eyes shining behind those glasses. So is this a blood stain? It's so, ugh. Emma, you're shaking. It's just, this is my first time seeing real blood. Like, ever? Like, you've never, like, cut yourself or had an injury or anything? No? You didn't dissect something, like a cat or something in science class? None of that? Okay. Scientific investigation in action. Okay, well, we definitely know that this is a blood stain. But doesn't something strike you as odd? Scientifically speaking, of course? Other than it's glowing blue. What's odd about this the blood stain's location, the amount of blood? Yeah, it's not very much. Like, the location is roughly where I expected it, but it's not very much, right? The perpetrator and Detective Goodman fought here, right? Don't you think there'd be a little more blood? I definitely think so. I mean, look at all the blood on the sole of the victim's shoe. I mean, yeah, he's got like a splotch. I mean, it's a big splotch. It is pretty strange. I mean, it is pretty strange. If they fought here, there'd have to have been more blood than this. Hey, Mr. Wright. I'm gonna mark on the floor plans where when we find a blood stain, okay? Sure. See, I'm pretty handy to have around, right? Yeah, and this stuff's pretty handy too. I saved up my allowance to buy that. Luminol testing fluid received from one very proud-looking Emma Skye. We can't be sure that the police will reveal all their evidence in court. Sometimes they fail to mention evidence that doesn't fit with their view of the case. Yeah, we've figured that one out. Let's drag that hidden evidence out into the light of day. Yeah! It feels like we're really investigating a crime now, doesn't it? It's because we are. I guess I should give this spray on... I should give this A spray on anything suspicious. I just couldn't read the word A. Ha! Oh, ha! Ha! I wonder how that fluid of yours would react to a nice deli box. Miss Starr, what are you doing here? Shouldn't you be detained for all that perjury you committed? You only trust your own eyes. Not bad, you two. I am not eating anything you hand me, woman. You will poison and kill me. This day-old deli box is on the house. I ain't touching that. Sorry, it's just that kind of lead-in doesn't really get my mouth watering. Yeah. What a queen. Drama queen, more like. With her own vendetta. Today's trial. You certainly put me in a tight spot today. My apologies, Miss Starr, but no, it's okay. It was it really was her fault, though. Oh, we know. It really was, though. I witnessed everything from that security room right there. I'd like to get into that room, but I was afraid that wouldn't sound convincing enough, you see. I was wrong to think that. I'm sorry. Sorry? You lied on the witness stand. That's unforgivable. That's what I'm saying. You should be detained right now. Don't act all tough. You should be detained, woman. Little girl, don't forget what's important here. Angel, you shut your mouth when you start little girl this, little girl that. You're not so tough. Even if the place I witnessed in the event, try again. Even if the place I witnessed the events from was different, I still saw what I saw. Yeah, but you're crazy. None of us believe you. I saw Chief Prosecutor Skye stab a man in cold blood, and that testimony still stands. Yeah, you also admitted to just outright hating prosecutors. You're biased. I swear it on my honor as a detective. Your honor means nothing. You lied on the stand. I just can't get past her wild hypocrisy. Like, she's so hypocrite. Does she not see that everything she says contradicts itself? I swear it on my honor as a detective. She stabbed Goodman. You're also not a detective anymore. You were fired because you were a nutbag. Good lord. I know this photograph has something important to tell us, but what? What photograph? Was that the same one from before? We've already... Are you gonna make me look at it again, game? Oh no, this is... We gotta go look for more prints, though, on this one. I just... Detective Starr. So, you were a detective, weren't you, Miss Starr? Yes, it was a long time ago. Well, 2 years ago. No matter how hardened the criminal when they faced me. Yeah, I get it. Cough up, queen. Ha ha. They coughed it up. Coughed it up? They confessed. They babbled like babies. You know. I may seem like a demon sometimes, but I can be an angel too. No! No, I'm not buying it, woman. I'm not buying it. I would call you the devil in disguise, but that's not much of a disguise you wear. I wouldn't doubt it. Every day I drag the dirt out of the mouths of suspect after suspect, and before long they called me. I get it, I know, the cough up queen. Oh, and here I thought someone had gotten food poisoning from your lunches. And you were let go, or fired. I felt that I hadn't found my dream job when I became an investigator, and if these prim and proper prosecutors hadn't let me go, I'd still be one today. I also don't know how a prosecutor fired you. Again, these should be separate departments. I don't. It's kind of like what you were saying earlier, Korjan. It's like, why does the chief of police, how can he fire a prosecutor? And how does the head prosecutor fire an investigator? These are different departments. Like, what? It's all because of that case, the SL9 incident. SL9? Wait, she doesn't mean... Can I not talk about it? Okay, alright, never mind. Wait, she doesn't mean ... Never mind, I'm not gonna talk about it. Am I living in an anime right now where they don't talk about jack diddly squat? Alright, can we, how do I use the spray? E for spray. I want to spray. I want to spray things. I'm going to spray everything. I want to spray everything. I'm looking for that spray. Yeah, there's blood! There's blood on the phone! There's blood on the phone! This blood must be from when Lana... No, my sister isn't the murderer. But she did call you, didn't she? Yeah, but from her cell phone, I thought. At the time of the crime? And her right hand is bandaged. Hey, just whose side are you on? This has nothing to do with taking sides. So this means that Lana's hand had blood on it. Yeah, but it could have been her own blood. This just keeps getting worse. Yeah, because she called her sister from her cell phone, I thought we decided. Show Angel something from about the SL9 case? Okay. I can do that. Thank you. I actually appreciate that. I might not have thought of that. Is there more blood over here by the 3? Anything else on the ground over here besides that one splotch? Like on the fence? Like where Cough Up Queen was doing her climbing? No, it doesn't look like it. Alright, I guess that's all of that I'm gonna get. Alright, present to you the SL9 the note, maybe? I could show her the note or the knife, maybe? Either one, probably. What do you think about this? The SL9 incident. It's written on that knife. Okay, yeah, the knife is what she wanted. And on that note, okay, either one. Goodman. Goodman was the head detective on that case, you know. Really? That knife was evidence from that case, the murder weapon. Well, I think it would be pertinent to our case if we knew what the SL9 incident was, because if someone was involved that would want to take Goodman out, like that's exactly what happened with the DL incident with Edgeworth. It was due for transferal the very day that Goodman was killed. Due for transferal? What, the knife? Like transfer it from a place? What are you talking about? As I suspected. SL9 isn't over. Not yet. See, this sounds very similar to the DL9 thing. Do you think you could tell us more about the SL9 incident? I hope so. Is she not? Is that a no? Is that a no? I know we showed her the note. She's probably gonna say the same thing. Yeah, the knife and the note. Okay. Due for transferal. Okay. Do I need to show you something else? Do you think you could tell us more about the SL9 incident? Do I have anything? Anything else about the SL9? I don't think so. I could just start showing her everything. What do you think about this knife? A body with Edgeworth's knife stuck in it was found in Edgeworth's car. I think he owes me his gratitude. Gratitude? Why, if I hadn't witnessed the crime, Mr. Edgeworth would have been the suspect. Thank you. Thank you for someone, for the love of God, finally acknowledging it. He should still be a suspect if I had my way, but thank you for finally acknowledging it, and I'm not crazy. I wonder. Still, it's strange. Why didn't our chief prosecutor have her own murder weapon ready? Look, man, I'm still trying to figure out how a man can get murdered in 2 places at once, so there's a lot of questions we all have. What do you think of this? Could you take a look at this? You, yes? You said you wanted some hot tea, right? No, she didn't even look at it. You must have to brew the leaves a long time to get rich flavor like this. We pre-infuse the leaves with steam before brewing. I knew it, so that's the secret to their aroma. Exquisite. What is happening right now? Is this actually related? The only thing I'm smelling here is wasted time. That's what I'm saying. What do you know about this autopsy report? Okay, she doesn't care about that. Okay. Don't give me such... Okay. I shouldn't be showing her just everything, but... Yeah, it was when I grabbed the chief prosecutor on the shoulder. She dropped that phone on the pavement. That's when you heard her talking about the muffler, right? Little did I know, it was a trap. The red car's muffler and the prosecutor's red muffler. What was Ms. Sky really trying to say, I wonder? And I wish our friend Emma would remember, because she's the one that got called. Could you take a look at this? Okay, that's a bunch of nothing. That was the map of the garage with the blood spots on it, so I didn't know if she'd say something about the blood spots. I guess I could just leave and go somewhere else. If you think about it, I could have taken that... Oh, if you think about it, I could have taken that picture from the guard room. But even I get flustered sometimes. So you went straight to the scene of the crime? I rushed towards the chain link fence in an effort to stop the murder. That's when I took this photo, yes. In other words, 5 minutes after the crime, which is a lot of minutes if you're actually running around. That's a long time. Those 5 minutes are the whole problem. A hole in my testimony, as it were. The 5 minutes weren't the problem, Miss Starr. You lying was the problem. That's true. Listen, little girl, I've had my testimony disregarded before, and I wasn't going to have it disregarded again. Just like that time. That time? Probably when she got fired for, lying? For being a sack of lies? Nothing on the shoes. Okay, I guess we can leave and come back. I don't know what else. Oh, now you've got a thing. Okay, now you've got a thing. That incident really opened up my eyes to the truth. We're nothing to them. Disposable. Disposable? To who? 2 years ago, it was the biggest case I'd ever handled. The police and the prosecutors were desperate for decisive evidence. Okay. I'll say Marshall's in this one too. So they didn't solve it? On the contrary, it was solved quite cleanly. The criminal was caught and executed. Oh, executed. Yes, the criminal got what was coming to him. It doesn't get any cleaner than that. The only problem was they never did find decisive evidence, not a shred. You can't execute someone on no decisive evidence. What do you mean, no decisive evidence? What do you mean? What? But the criminal was executed, right? That's on the basis of evidence of a sort. Made up evidence? Angel, did you make up the evidence? Angel? Who made up the evidence? What? You mean they execute someone with fabricated evidence? The best part came several months after the trial. Every detective involved with the case was dealt with. Some were demoted to patrolmen, others found themselves out of a job. And you were one of those? Myself and one other person you know well. Wait, could it be? Exactly, Detective Jake Marshall. Oops, I mean Police Department Security Detail Officer Jake Marshall. So he is involved in all this. I don't trust him. As professional detectives, we investigated that case from every angle. Okay. Yeah, but so who fabricated the evidence? Jake was particularly determined. And then it was over, and he was demoted. However, he hasn't forgotten, and neither have I. You haven't forgotten SL9? There was another side to that case, a hidden side. That's what we're after now. And no one up in their fancy offices can stop us. So you're just going straight vigilante? Is that what's happening? Wait! Those lunches you sell. There's only one reason I come to sell lunches in this accursed office. I come here to meet old friends. Boyfriends that can help me investigate. Miss Star's old boyfriends. How many does she have anyway? Just when all the detectives on SL9 have disappeared, we find new evidence. There has to be a connection. So, Rookie? What? It seems like you're serious about investigating this case. Yeah, I guess so. I'm pretty involved at this point. Then you should take this. Salisbury steak lunch? I know a certain guy who might help you if you tempt him with this treat. Steak lunch received from Ms. Starr. Officer Marshall. Look, it literally tells me who it's going to. Okay. Ms. Starr? Officer Marshall, is he your, are you going out? I don't know why that was so hard for you to say, Emma. Like, she's admitted to having many boyfriends. Why do you want to know? I was just wondering what happened to him. What, like recently? A long time ago, when he was helping my sister do cases, he was so nice. He got along so well with my sister, it made me jealous. Oh, I forgot about that being a thing. And he was nice to me too back then. This would be when Officer Marshall was a detective. But now he's so cold. Jake and I are merely cooperating on this investigation. We're putting the past to rest, as it were. Nothing more than that. I see. Thank you. Officer Jake Marshall. I don't really remember him being cold, per se, but the fact that he doesn't really interact with Emma, despite apparently knowing her from their past, is weird. Yeah, we're back here. You were gone a long minute, Derica. Gone for a minute. That was a long minute. We had a whole trial and everything. It was wild. It was Kangaroo. I was actually losing my goddamn mind. Yeah, I was actually losing my mind. Look, a door. This must mean something. I'm not sure that doors mean anything. I feel like I think we've looked at this before. No, it won't open. A mysterious lock. I failed to see what's mysterious about it. Mr. Wright, you need to learn to enjoy life more. Let's finish our investigation first, shall we? Yeah, we've had that before. Because we've investigated this room. A ladder, step ladder, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, we've done that one. I'm looking to see if there's anything new to discover. Because we were here before. Yeah, this is where the cars leave. Or come and go. Yeah, Mr. Relativity. Which should be Einstein, but that's fine. That's what Ms. Star was. That probably means she wasn't lying when she said she saw Ms. Sky stab him. Well, we don't know that. I mean, like, it's weird. Like, I'm still... Like, she wouldn't have to be lying to say that she saw it. Like, she could have seen it from the security booth if it did happen. But I'm not entirely convinced right now that Goodman didn't already have the knife in his chest. Because what if, hear me out, I know this is crazy. What if Goodman had already been stabbed, like in the police department, the evidence room, right? And somehow made his way to the garage. I know there's a huge gap there. We don't know how that happened. But like, say Miss Sky, Lana, was like pulling the knife out of his chest to try to save him, which is a terrible idea, by the way, because then you have a giant gaping wound, and that's bad. You bleed everywhere. But like, if she was trying to remove the knife instead of stab the guy, I don't know. I don't know, because she still ends up cutting her hand at some point. Like, I'm still not jiving with the whole Lana actually did the stabbing. She might have, but I don't know that that makes sense. Not yet. Where's the security guard anyway? Well, this is just something I heard, but apparently he went out to buy coffee for Ms. Star. That woman is a force to be reckoned with. Okay. Yeah, she keeps him busy, I guess. All ladders are step ladders because you step on them. I guess if you think about it. I mean, that's pretty tall to be a step ladder, if you ask me. Like, it's taller than the door. To me, that's a ladder. I mean, I guess it's like different from like the ladders that you like open and close, like a teepee or whatever, versus like just a regular ladder that you like lean up against walls. I guess there's like a difference in that if you think about it, but like, I don't know. Here, phone, let's see if it works. Hey, don't touch stuff we don't need, especially since we know that there's dried blood on it. I can't hear anything. My ears, no, my ears. Maybe it's due to the barometric pressure. Yeah, we've already heard about this. The phone's broken. She couldn't make calls from there anyway. That's the divider. The Great Divider. And that's our oil drum filled with water. I guess it'd be a water drum then, huh? I'll try to kick it over myself. Hi-ya! That's okay, don't cry. That Lana Sky must be one strong woman. Oh, did it not budge? Yeah, because Alana, like, knocked it over. Which, if she did that on purpose, why? If she did it on accident, I would almost I would almost understand. A block is reserved for prosecutors. Defense attorneys are relegated to B block. I dream of the day when I will be able to park my car here. I'll go over to B block to buy my hamburgers from you, Mr. Wright. I'm not gonna be selling hamburgers over there. Also, are you trying to be an investigator, like a prosecutor? I thought you were trying to be a scientist. I'm not planning on giving up my job that soon. That's about as red as a sports car can get. Yep, it's pretty red, all right. The body was found in Edgeworth's car trunk, and the lock of the trunk was broken too. So the question is, why did Ms. Sky chose his car? So what model car is it? I don't know, red. I think it was called a sedan or a coupe, something like that. Those are car types, Mr. Wright, not models. You're a guy, aren't you, Mr. Wright? You're supposed to know these things. Hey, that's sexist. I don't know jack diddly about cars either. Maybe it is about time I got my driver's license. B block is through there. That's where visitors park. So, Ms. Star climbed over this fence? It seems so, yeah. That fence is 9 feet high at least. Well, no time like the present. I think I'll give it a little try. Oh boy. Eee! Did you fall? It's okay, don't cry. Maybe there's a Lunchland Olympics team. It's just chain link. Man, like, Emma, can you not climb? You can't climb a chain link fence? This rope, is it? Yep, they laid it in the outline of the victim's body. So wait, the victim must have died when the killer closed the trunk on him. I don't know about that. There'd be blunt force trauma. You have got to be the only person I know that would come to that conclusion. Also, he's kind of spilled out, like his head was down here. He's just like really spilled out of this. That's where we found that note. 221 SL9, the SL9 incident. A case that was due for transferal the day of the murder. You haven't really told me what that means. And the detective in charge of the case was the victim. Yeah. I wonder what kind of case this SL9 incident thing was. It's kind of hard to guess just knowing the case number. Yeah, we need to go to the police department and see if we can get them to tell us about it. Can I like see the muffler from here? That would be handy. I don't see anything else that we can do here. So I guess we'll leave. There's nothing more to talk about, right? Okay, and I don't think I have anything more to show her. Oh boy. Whew, where do we even start? We can start. Let's go to the police department, maybe. Yeah, let's give that a shot. February 23rd, police department entrance. It's even busier here today than it was yesterday. The detectives are running around so fast they're blurring. I suppose it makes sense. A detective did get killed here after all. Apparently, allegedly. So, this evidence room, the scene of the crime. Allegedly. According to the pamphlet we got at the front desk, here it is. She's like a kid at an amusement park. Oh, a real crime scene. Let's go have a look. Because, like, we don't really know that Goodman was killed here. No body was found here. He might have been stabbed here. We don't actually know that he was killed here. Is there anything to examine? Anything new to examine? I always get excited when I come to a police station. Why is that? It just feels like I've been jumped into a movie. Huh? You know, with all the police and criminals. Well, I don't know if this is all that exciting. Sure it is. Look at these two officers over there. Oh yeah, we have talked about this. They're probably talking about their latest bust. Funny, I thought they were talking about the weather. Yeah, we've talked about. Is there anything on this sign? Usual wanted posters. Okay. Okay, cool. I think we've seen all that before. So we're at the entrance. Let's go inside, if we may. Ooh. Guard station. Like from, oh wait, I can go to the guard station from the parking lot? Can I go to the criminal affairs department first though? I'll come back. February 23rd, police station, criminal affairs department. Wow, everyone looks deadly serious here. Well, there was a vicious murder of a detective down at the police department. Yes, but the same detective was also killed at the same time in the prosecutor's lot. Ah, it makes my head hurt. Well, first things first, let's go check out the police department crime scene. Yes, you sound dead set on investigating, but don't mess up or we could wind up dead. I doubt anyone wants more mysteries or dead bodies around here right now. But it doesn't look like anyone's going to help us much either. That's what I'm saying. Like I'm kind of hoping we can get to the evidence room from here. What the frick is this guy? So this is the police mascot, is it? The Blue Badger, the future star of the police force. The design's a little changed from the one outside. Oh, the chief? Ah, well, the Dancing Blue Badger TM is still under development, you see. You have it trademarked? Absolutely, it's cutting edge stuff. I'm assuming this guy is the one talking. It's cutting edge stuff, very now. I showed this doll here to my daughter and she burst into tears. Don't show her the moving mock-up outside then. You'll give her nightmares. Alright, cool. So can I go from here to the... How do I get to the crime scene? I guess I don't. I can probably go to the detention center though and talk to Lana, question mark? February 23rd, detention center, visitors room. Looks like Miss Sky is in questioning. I hope the detectives aren't yelling at her. How did you kill him in 2 places at the same time? Can you imagine? How's she supposed to answer that? Wait a second. Didn't Mr. Gant say they'd arrested a suspect in the police department murder? He did say that. Let's come back later. All right. I'm okay with that. So can I get to the guard station from here? I can go to the high prosecutor's office from here. So why can't I go to the guard? Is it a different guard station? What guard station is this? I guess one just at the police department. It's Marshall's. It's Marshall's guard station. February 23rd, evidence room entrance, guard station. Evidence room entrance, guard station. Oh, okay. They could have been a little bit more clear on that. They could have been a little bit more clear on that. The suspect is either Gumshoe or Larry. Oh my God, if it's Larry Butts. I don't think it's going to be Larry. But we haven't seen Gumshoe in a minute, so I don't know, maybe. What's with the decor in this place? It's very eccentric. According to the pamphlet, this is the guard station for the evidence room. So beyond that door is the evidence room, the scene of the crime? It sure seems that way. Oh. What's wrong? It's those cacti. They're so prickly, so imposing. It's hard to think straight. Okay. If you can't handle the cacti, stay out of the desert. What I want to know is, if this is a guard station, where's the guard? I have a feeling I know who he is already. Yeah, you think? Yeah, you think? Why is there like a trap? Like, it might just be supposed to be a lasso, but it looks like a trap to go through the door. Look on the floor, a lasso. Looks like it's set up to trap something. A trap here? Wait, I know. Maybe someone was trying to catch a wild bull in here. That's not likely. But the lasso missed. You sure have an active imagination. Yeah, you could say that. Texas. He's been drinking a lot of sarsaparilla on the job. Like, he's got a lot of bottle. Like, this is not okay. It looks like there's a video feed from the evidence room here. There's a light blinking below the monitor. It says recording. I bet we could use this computer to check on who went in and out of there. I feel like we probably should do exactly that, actually. Since the guard's not here to stop us, we should have a little poke around, you know? See, yeah, it's the Italian cowboy, right. Bambina. There's a security guard uniform hanging here. No, there's not. That is not a security guard uniform. I refuse to pretend that is a security guard uniform. Looks more like a costume than a uniform, honestly. A leather jacket, leather pants, a leather... What was that thing called again? A punchy? A paunchy? A pinchy? I know, a poochie. A poncho? Wait, maybe that wasn't it. It's a poncho, but I think I'll keep that information to myself for the time being. Yipes, these sure are prickly. They must be the real deal. I would think just one big one would be sufficient. These cacti are a lot like my sister, actually. How so? Encased in a cold, rigid shell with spines pointing in every direction. Just like her. I guess so. I mean, I only met her for a very brief amount of time, and she doesn't seem cold. She seems like the suspect of a murder, and she's confessed to it for some crazy reason. I'm not so sure I see the resemblance. It's more an attitude thing than a physical similarity. If you say so, you know her. I don't know her. I just met her in this episode. This swinging door makes the place look like some kind of saloon. But look, it's nailed shut. You can't get in that way. Of course not. If you went in through here, the cactus would fall over. Ouch! I'd say it'd be more of a yeah myself. Yeah, okay, sure, whatever. I don't think the guard station should be set up like a saloon. Anything else I can take a peeky peek at? The door. The evidence room is beyond that door. Let's just walk in. It won't open. You thought it'd open? It'd be open? I think we need someone's permission to go in there first. Do we have to go acquire permission? Okay. I'll go get it from the chief, I think. Probably. Anything else I can take? Doesn't look like it. All right, let's go get some permission. Use luminol on the big. Oh, okay. Let me go back. I'll go back to it. Police department entrance. This place is charged with frantic energy as always. Oh God, something's happening. We'll have to go back in a second. Please. Huh? Wasn't that? Oh, it's Gumshoe. One steak lunch. I forget what you sound.
One steak lunch, please. Oh, it's you.
Detective Gumshoe.
Now there's no time for chit-chat, pal. I'm a busy man. What I really need is a steak lunch from Lunchland.
Oh, you mean one of these? Actually, it's not for sale.
Oh,
I think I just heard the sound of his heart breaking.
now's no time for despair. We've got our criminal. Now we just need evidence.
The criminal, you mean?
You heard about the stabbing in the police department evidence room, right, pal?
On the same day that a detective was killed in the prosecutor's parking lot, another detective was killed at the... I like how we're having a flashback to me already knowing this information. That's hilarious. And the perpetrator? Do you have a suspect?
Well, there was a suspect. Just arrested him, in fact. It's the biggest scandal to hit the station in ages. Everything topsy-turvy.
But Detective Gumshoe, who was it?
Listen, pal, all I know is I need me a steak lunch. Pronto. Standing around here talking isn't going to fill my belly.
But wait, don't leave.
If you want to know more, head on down to the detention center, pal. Questioning should be over, so I figure he's down there having a good cry. Later.
He's having a good cry? Is it Larry? I swear if it's Larry. It might actually be Larry, guys. It might actually be Larry. He ran off to the evidence room. This investigation is off to a running start. Well, hang on, I want to follow. We're going back to the evidence room. We're going back to the guard station. I want to go spray the cactus spray. Ooh, there it is. The cactus has a little nub. What have we got here? Wow, we got a reaction. There's clearly blood around the spines here. This room's pretty messy. Someone must have tripped over something and planted their head right on these spines. I think that might be more painful than being murdered. Nice. Anything on this cactus? Anything on anything else? No. Okay. Fair enough. And Detective Gumshoe isn't here, so we will leave. Goodbye forever. We're going to the detention center next, I do believe. Usually, I don't have to come to the criminal affairs department. Usually, you can kind of just go straight to the detention center, which is kind of odd. February 23rd, detention center, visitor's room. Still, I do feel better about things, a little. I mean, they caught the person who stabbed Detective Goodman, didn't they? Yeah, I guess they did. Best to not go too far down that road right now. Things will just be more confusing. The frick was that? Ween! What was that? Oh my god, it has. Is it Butts? Is it Larry? Sir, that's what I'm saying. Me, a perpetrator? I'd say I was the perpetrator again, sir. That's what I'd say. Oh, it's Meekins.
Hi, greetings, sir.
Wait, I know who you are.
Excuse me, but is Mr. Edgeworth anywhere on the premises? I'm here, sir, at the request of the chief, sir. I've got your report, sir.
Officer Meekins, so you're a guard here at the detention center.
No, sir, I'm not, sir. I'm a little lost patrolman, like a little lost lamb, sir.
Oh, I get it. You're here to deliver a report?
No, sir. How should I say this?
Wait, he isn't. Is he? You, Officer Meekins, you did you?
Perpetrator, Officer Meekins reporting, sir.
Perpetrator? Are you confessing to being a perp? Also, is your hand busted too? Do you have a cut hand as well? It's his left hand. What? Now this is an unexpected turn of events. Yeah, his hand's all busted up. Meekins. Hold on. I can't continue any further. Ah! I was just like, I wanted to spray him in the face. I don't see any blood in here. No blood. The day of the crime. Who's allowing you to still have a megaphone? Like, at all? Like, you're in detention, dude.
Sir, I'm a patrolman with general affairs, sir. Sir!
Ow, I can hear you fine, Officer Meekins. Put that thing away.
I had some business that day, sir, and so I went to the evidence room, sir. The guard station in front of the room was empty, sir.
You don't have to say sir every sentence, dude. So normally there's a guard in the evidence room? I would hope so. Or at least in the guard room.
That's right, sir, because evidence is kept in the evidence room, sir. Now the security officer was none other than Officer Marshall.
A marshal? Well, we've been there. We know that he's the one in the guard room. Like, he leaves a very clear evidence that it's his.
Then, sir, I happened to glance at the security room monitor. That's when I saw him, sir. A suspicious person in the evidence room. A suspicious person, sir. A suspicious person. Yeah. Oh!
Was he, like, cuffed to his neck there a second ago? What the heck is this guy doing? So what happened then?
After that, sir, everything went white. I saw red. I blacked out.
Did it go white or did it go red? Which one was it, sir?
And when I came to, I was here in the detention center.
So someone knocked you out. Probably Marshall. How long were you out? Days? It couldn't have been days, because didn't we just see him yesterday? Might I ask what happened to your hand?
Sir, there was no one to bandage me, sir. So I did what I could to wrap it up, sir.
A bandage on his hand. Just like Ms. Sky. Yet another similarity between this case and the one at the prosecutor's office. First things first, tell us how you hurt your hand. No. No. First things first, tell us about the victim. I don't mean to pry, but you aren't the perpetrator, correct? You killed Detective Bruce Goodman in the evidence room, right?
Sir, please don't look at me with those sad puppy dog eyes, sir. If you have to label me as a perpetrator or victim, sir, then label me victim. I would.
I would, but you happen to be in detention and alive and well at that.
Oh, yes, well, that's true, sir. I suppose you could say that.
Did you know the victim, Detective Goodman?
Well, sir, if I had to label him as a stranger or a total stranger, then I'd say he leans heavily on the total stranger side.
So you didn't know him?
Sir, I work at a tiny department devoid of light or other creature comforts.
That might explain why you're just so bizarre.
I don't know any detectives.
So if he was a total stranger, why did you stab him?
Sir, I had no intention of killing him, sir, none. Nor do I have any recollection of killing him, sir.
At least someone around here is more confused than I am. Now, about that bandaged hand. About your hand, did that happen during the course of the crime?
Well, you see, sir,
Don't you think you should just confess?
But sir, there was nothing I could do.
Nothing you could do?
Sir, to tell you the truth, sir, when it happened, when the detective pointed that knife at me, I just hollered, sir.
Okay. So the detective pointed a knife at you.
And next thing I knew, I was unconscious.
The next thing you knew, you were, huh?
Then when I opened my eyes, I was alone in the evidence room, sir, all alone. Alone because Detective Goodman had disappeared.
What?
Then when I looked down, I was gushing blood from my hand, sir. Oh, the shock. Oh, the sorrow, sir. Can you imagine how I felt?
The victim's body disappeared? Hear me out for a second, though. The blood on the cactus in the guard room, when you come into the guard room, the cactus is on your left. Meekins could have been the one that grabbed the cactus. That could be Meekin's blood in the guard room. That's some story. Like, that actually could be it. Yeah. Oh, yeah, Derek, you and I are on the same page. He's the one that put his hand on the cactus. That would actually check out. I don't know if there's anything I can present to him. Maybe this knife, to ask him if it's the same knife. Officer Meekins, this is for you.
Eek, I'm scared of knives, sir.
It's okay, I just wanted you to take a look at...
That's it, sir. Last night, sir. That's the one. I was an apple, sir, in my dream, sir, and I was being peeled.
On second thought, you don't have to look at the knife. He's overreacting to the knife, but I guess he's been through a lot. But it makes it sound like that's the knife that Goodman had. Like, Goodman had this knife, is what it sounds like. Maybe. I'm gonna show him Goodman's shoe. Officer Meekins, could you take a look at this?
I'm sorry, sir. Really sorry, but I have no idea what that is.
It's a shoe. Meekins, it's a shoe. Do you not wear shoes?
You don't wear shoes. Maybe you should ask Mr. Edgeworth, sir.
He's passing the buck, Mr. Wright. It takes a special kind of man to pass the buck to Edgeworth. How about this knife? What do you think about this? Officer Meekins, this is for you.
Hey, I'm scared of knives, sir.
It's okay, I just want you to take a look at it.
That's it, sir. That's not, sir. That's the one.
Okay, so he's not... So it's in any old knife freaks him out. Got it. That's what I wanted to check. That's what I wanted to check on. I'm not giving him my steak lunch yet. Okay. I guess we can move on from here. So why do I think Meekins was attacked? Should I have shown him something about Goodman? Oh, I showed him the shoe. Should I show him the ID? Oh, well, the ID badge, maybe. Maybe. But why do I think Meekins was attacked? I'm kind of not sure that I think that was intentional. Like, I'm kind of two minds there. Like, it's possible that Meekins was attacked just because Meekins happened to walk in on Goodman in the evidence room and Goodman was trying to escape or something. Like, I don't know for sure that, like, maybe Goodman was the only one in the evidence room. I also don't know if Meekins got hit from behind, because he said all of a sudden he was unconscious. So if someone else had come into the room behind Meekins, knocked him out, maybe even was the one that took out Goodman. I'm not entirely convinced it was just Meekins and Goodman in the evidence room. If they were, then Goodman might have been just trying to get out. You think he blacked out from the excitement? I'm trying to give him the benefit of the doubt that he got knocked out, but maybe. Do you think you could take a look at this?
Hey, that's it, sir. That's it.
Well, that's what?
My head was a blank until this very moment, but sir, now I remember, sir.
You mean you remember what happened?
Correct, that card that was the cause of it all.
This ID card? I mean, yeah, because if it's been duplicated or something.
Exactly, sir, that's exactly it. Nothing could be more exact, sir, nothing.
I'd better pry into this one a little deeper. May I?
May I do the prying, please? Can you tell me what it is you do remember? Well, sir, you might say I'm a lost little patrolman, a lost little lamb, if you will.
I'm not going to do those things. I'm not going to call you those things. I'd rather you kind of get off this whole idea of you being a lost little anything. I just can't get over the way he looks like he doesn't belong here. Is it just me? Doesn't Meekins just look like he doesn't belong? I might actually be, that might just be a me thing. I'm just saying.
I didn't know Mr. Detective Goodman who was in the evidence room, and that's why you
thought he looked suspicious, because you didn't know him.
Sir, I entered the evidence room and asked the man to show me his ID card.
Well, that sounds pretty much by the book so far. That could be why Goodman attacked Meekins, is if it wasn't Goodman. It was someone pretending to be Goodman? Someone disguised as Goodman?
That's right, sir. That's what I've been trying to tell you.
So you asked Detective Goodman to show his ID card. What did he do?
That's the thing. Suddenly he pointed a knife at me.
What?
Sir, I assure you I was as flustered as you are right now. So I whooped and leapt at him.
Oh, okay. Detective Goodman pointed a knife at him?
Do unto to others before they do unto you, my own father's word, sir.
What happened then?
Well, my eyes, sir, everything went white. When I awoke, I was here.
Right. Reason for arrest. So, Officer Meekins, why was it that they arrested you? What do you mean, Emma? Let's look at what we know. Now, Officer Meekins didn't know Detective Goodman, and the victim, whom he met at the scene of the crime, didn't show his ID card. In other words, we have no way of knowing if the victim was really the victim. And if this body just disappeared from the evidence room, we don't even know if anyone actually died. Thank you, Emma! Oh my god. That's what I was saying! Like, that's how we know that the police chief guy, Damon, is just full of actual feces. He's so full of crap.
That's it, sir. That's what I wanted to say. That is, I did say something along those lines.
Huh? But you still ended up here.
They told me that if it had to be him, sir.
They told me that it had to be him, sir.
On that day, at that time, Detective Goodman was definitely in the evidence room. That's what they said.
But you don't remember the events clearly.
No, but the videotape is quite clear.
But, like... Is there any way that could have been altered? But also, again, if someone was disguised, then, like if Marshall was disguised? Why would it be Marshall? He's the one that would have access to the room. And he wasn't in the guard room. I'm kind of suspicious of Marshall on that one, actually. Just a little bit. Because Marshall would have had access to the evidence room to pretend to be Goodman. Lana had access to the security booth in the garage where there was no guard to witness anything. And it's Angel. Did I say Lana earlier? It's Angel that witnessed the murder in the garage where Goodman would have had to been. Because it's possible that Angel and Marshall are in cahoots on this one together. Maybe in a wild attempt to... Okay. There's like some 4D chess going on here. It's possible that Angel and Marshall are in cahoots to do a thing. But I'm still suspicious that the police chief, Damon, is up to something. And maybe that's what Angel and Marshall are in cahoots against, is actually against Damon Gant, who's actually trying to like set up this giant murder thing. Maybe. I don't know. There's some sort of triangle of silliness going on here, I think. Huh? Videotape?
From the security camera. The crime, my crime, the crime I swore to stamp out. It's there, it's me, it's on the tape.
Got a tickle. So, wait, are you actually on tape as doing a stabbing? Like doing a murder? Like, what are you on tape doing exactly?
And you waited until now to tell us this?
I'm sorry, really, really sorry, sir. I'll hand over my badge. I don't deserve it.
No thanks, I have my own. Well, I guess we'd better go check out the crime scene. Yeah, I guess so. I guess that's my cue. So yeah, is he actually on tape doing a murder? Or just being in the room? Because being in the room doesn't really tell us much of anything. February 23rd, Police Station, Criminal Affairs Department. Hey, Mr. Wright, look who's standing at the Chief of Detectives desk. It's Police Chief Gant.
And you're sure this is all, You know what it means if there is anything missing.
Sir, I'm sure it's most likely totally perfect. We checked all of his drawers, lockers, garbage cans, bags, coat pockets, hats. Under his seat cushion, behind his computer monitor, inside his personal coffee machine.
I see. Well, if anything does turn up, you call me right away. Deal?
Yes, sir. We'll scour the place again, sir.
The Chief of Detectives looks a little flustered.
Ha ha, righto, my boy. How you been? Swim much?
Swim much? Why does that feel like a threat? Chief Gant reporting for duty, sir. Why would I ever salute anybody ever, period? Why are you saluting him, Mr. Wright? I do not know. I do not know why I would do that. Is Edgeworth going to be okay?
Oh, Worthy? Oh, you know, they're doing a little inquiry committee with him.
Sounds like an inquisition.
Yep, well, they've had no end of trouble with the boy since last year.
You mean the incident on Gourd Lake?
It doesn't look good having a top prosecutor sit in the defendant's seat, does it? And you got someone else found guilty in that case, right, righto?
Von Karma, yeah, I kind of came for him hard on that, but he did it though.
A legend he was, undefeated in his 40-year career. But in court you fixed it, so he was caught for forging evidence.
But wait, I didn't do anything wrong. He did forge evidence.
In any case, the prosecutor's office is in a bit of turmoil, you might say. Why, they do just about anything to restore their reputation.
Just about anything, you say?
Now, depending on what that inquiry committee decides, it could be bad for Worthy.
What? Evidence room incident.
It's downright odd, I'll tell you. The detective getting killed on their turf, too, I mean.
There being the prosecutors, I assume? Scientifically speaking, it's impossible.
Yes, but that's what the evidence is saying. Goodman was stabbed in 2 locations at the same time. That's what it says.
What evidence is this?
Now, righto. I can't give away all our secrets just like that. And this in particular, well, it's a little sensitive. I can't talk about it.
I wasn't expecting much anyway.
You know, one thing I hate most of all is hiding stuff. Secrets. Can't stand them.
Yeah, I don't believe you on that.
But you know, it's a full-time job just keeping the Chief of Detectives trap shut.
Ah, he was the one who you were picking on earlier.
Huh? You saw that? Whoops.
I wonder what it was that he wanted the Chief of Detectives to do. They're searching the desk of probably, I'm going to say Edgeworth, maybe? I mean, it could be Meekins, and it could be Goodman, and it could be literally anybody, honestly. Let's see if we can kind of discreetly ask him. Okay. Wait, discreetly ask Chief back here? Oh, sorry you had to see that. What exactly did the Chief of Police want you to do?
Well, see over there? That's Goodman's desk. He wanted me to check it for anything that might be a clue. They took away every last piece of garbage in the trash can.
So nothing belonging to Detective Goodman is still here?
Of course not. Well, except for this.
Ooh, what's this? What? You kept something?
Sure, why not? It's not important. You didn't even finish writing it. It's a lost item report, but it's only half complete.
A lost item? Did Detective Goodman lose something? The date on it is February 21st. Better make a note of that just in case. That's 221. That's for that tiny little note that we have. That's 221. Yeah. Half-written document dated can only be submitted to the chief of police. Okay. I should really get back to investigating the police department crime scene. Okay. Nice. Nice. See why this theme song is called Swimming, anyone? I don't see why. I know he mentioned swimming, but like he's not really swimming themed, so I'm not sure why. Luckily, the entire detective force is incompetent, right? It kind of seems that way. He's always asking about swimming. Is he always? That's the first time I've noticed him ask anyone about swimming, was just now. That's the first time I've noticed. Do we need to present anything to him while he's here? I kind of don't want to, because I kind of don't trust him at all. Definitely not the lost item report. I do not want him to have that. He also asked... I don't know who that is. Judge, the judge. Don't you give me no nicknames. I was like, what is Udgi? I was like, what the frick? The judge. I don't remember him asking the judge. He might have. I just don't remember that. That kind of went by in such a blur. See, this is the 221 SL9. So those are connected. I'm sure that I won't be able to. Oh, I didn't mean to double click that. I'm sure we'll connect that up maybe at the. Oh wait, I can talk to you. Oh yeah, permission to enter. I need to be able to get into that room. Actually, I was wondering if I could ask you a favor.
Well, I never thought the day would come when Wright-o asked me for help.
I was wondering if we could investigate the evidence room. Please? Please?
No, Wright-o.
He's gonna say no.
Actually, I'm sorry.
Oh, no, that's me. Actually, I'm sorry. I don't need to investigate after all.
Wright-o, please. Do I look like a selfish man?
Seems like a trick question. Huh?
Heck, if anyone asked me, sir, can I borrow $50? I'd give them $50. No pro...
Now that you mention it, I could use $50, Cat.
So go ahead, investigate that room to your heart's content. Knock yourself out.
Was that just a fake out, or was that like a veiled, like he was sizing me up? It just goes to show you never know until you ask.
And for you here, you can borrow this.
Huh? Hey, this is a detective's ID card, isn't it?
That's a special card for guests, so don't lose it.
Yes, sir, it's an honor.
Wait a minute. You just run along and do your best now. Later, folks.
Oh, I don't trust that. It looks pretty cool on my lapel, doesn't it? Just think, a real ID.
You seem happy.
Yes, sir, because, sir, we get to go into the evidence room now, sir.
Is she trying to be like Meekins all of a sudden?
I think this place is a bad influence on the girl. Can I look at that ID? Can we please pretty check? No? Because this is Goodman's ID. I want to know if that guest ID he just handed us has Goodman's frickin' ID number on it. You know? That would explain it. Did I hear Gumshoe coming this way like a freight train? Yeah, he came running here earlier, and actually, after he ran here, I came here, and he wasn't there. But I'm sure we'll see him in a second. Wait, how do I get to the guard station? Here we go. I was like, how do I get there? Okay. Can I go in? No. The evidence room is beyond that door. And we have the ID card from Chief Gant. Let's just walk in. It won't open. Aha, that card reader is turned off, see? What is that security guard thinking?
Howdy, partners. Well, what's made my Bambina's sky so gray?
Officer Marshall, why does it have to be him? What's that? Why does it have to be him look for? As you may have surmised, this here's my saloon. We're here to investigate the crime scene. Yeehaw, that card you got there on your chest. That's better than a sheriff's badge in these parts.
Yeehaw!
Well, what you standing there for? Get along, little doggies. The crime scene's awaiting.
Beep.
Looks like the card reader's on again. While we're here, I was wondering if we could ask you some questions? Sorry, cowboy, but I got no mind to tangle with you hombres. You're busy then? Did I say that? I only said I didn't wish to speak with you. Actually, you said you had no mind to tangle with us hombres. He's not gonna talk to us, is he? So mysterious. I was wondering if we could talk to you? Sorry, Bambina, but I'm off to roam the lands like a tumbleweed on the wide prairie. Like a gunslinger loading his six-shooter, I say a little prayer. Grork?
What was that all about, Mr. Wright? I think he was just too hungry to talk.
Oh, that was his stomach. I can give him some food. You're just saying that because his stomach was growling. You have no idea what he was talking about either. Well, in any case, we need to get cracking on this investigation pronto. Hang on, back up a sec. He doesn't want to talk to us because he's hungry. That smell. Reminds me of Texas.
So, Officer Marshall, you're from Texas?
No, I just saw a special on television the other day. Is this from my baby?
Yeah, Ms. Starr.
What's this?
What's wrong?
A filet steak lunch. I see. It's a message of some kind.
I don't see you. I wonder what it means.
Steak lunch given to Officer Marshall. All right, Bambina, you win. Ask munch anything you mush. Finally, it seems like
he's willing to talk.
Okay, cool.
Officer Marshall, you're in charge of security for the evidence room, right?
You got good eyes, partner. It's an easy job, and I'm grateful for it. Actually, Officer Meekins at the detention center told us. That poor little doggy. Poor guy, I keep getting his name wrong and calling him Meekly.
He told us something. He said that when the stabbing occurred, you weren't at your station.
Correct. Well, maybe I shouldn't be telling you this, but since I got demoted from detective 2 years ago, well, I might not look it, but I lost my fire for the job, you know? I can tell because you drink on the job all the time.
So, what were you doing around 5:15 when the murder took place?
Well, I reckon I was galloping down the highway on the back of my steed, Zippy.
No, he was riding down the highway on his horse named Zippy.
I don't think he was on an actual horse. There's no need for people here anyhow. These newfangled machines do a bang-up job of keeping an eye on the place.
You mean the security camera system?
I don't take to machines much. Kind of like that stewed broccoli they sneak in next to your steak, you know?
Ms. Starr told us something. She said that you were a detective until 2 years ago.
It was always my dream to be a rawhide wrangler on the scene of the crime. That's all gone now, like a drinking hole in a prairie fire.
You're still investigating the SL9 incident with Ms. Starr, aren't you?
That was my case. It's all solved on the record books, but it smells like a bad game of poker. I can't let it go. That's all there is to it.
What kind of case was it anyway? We've heard the name so many times, but no one tells us what actually happened.
There are some things you're better off not knowing, Bambina. Anyway, that case is officially dead as of 2 days ago.
2 days ago? The day of our case?
That's right. The evidence transferals.
Edgeworth was talking about the transferals too. Was he? I don't remember.
Security system. I know what maybe 2 of the machines in here do.
Only 2 of them? There must be a dozen.
Like I said, Bambina, me and machines, well, I like them about as much as I like stewed cauliflower with my steaks. I like broccoli and cauliflower, so Marshall, you gotta get on the train, dude. The easiest ones to understand are these here security cameras. Those are the ones that Officer Meekins mentioned. If nothing happens, the tapes are automatically erased every few hours. Every few hours? That's not very long. Or do you mean if they don't detect any activity? Okay, maybe that's what he means. And Officer Meekins and Detective Goodman, are they on one of those tapes? I reckon they might be. You're the security guard, and you reckon? One more thing. When you go into the evidence room, you need an ID card. That's the card reader by the door. Oh, we already have one of those. The card reader leaves a record of every ID card that passes through. Well, this is our Goodman one, 5842189. That's Goodman. Who's got 7s across the board? Also, these two were came in really close to each other. So this is the ID card record. Hey, I've seen that somewhere before. Sorry, Bambina, I can't show you more than that. Huh? I haven't heard whether this is related to the case yet. Mr. Wright, I saw a number on that record just now. I've seen that number before. What, the Goodman one? Maybe there's some way I can prove that record is tied to the stabbing. Probably. Let's talk about the transferal first. Sorry, but could you explain what this whole transferal thing is about? $50. How much longer is the strem? Not too much longer. I don't know how much longer we have before we're to the next stopping point. We keep all the evidence from solved cases in this room. They're kept here under the presiding detective's supervision for 2 years, so we can reinvestigate them if it turns out there was a mistake, see? So what happens to the evidence after 2 years? It goes to sleep forever in the underground vault at the county sheriff's department. That's what we call transferal. We do it every February. I see now. Transferal's like a funeral for old cases. 2 years after a case is solved, it's closed forever. Dead. Never to be reopened again. Never to be reinvestigated. And that happened to SL9 2 days ago. Now, I need to show you a thing to give you... I don't know. What about this? See this? This is the victim's ID card. Ah, the one that was on the ground in the parking lot. The number on this is 5842189. Officer Marshall, show us that ID card record again. Yeah. And is that one right underneath it might be Meekins? But if it's Meekins, they came in at exactly the same time. Look, the 4th number, it's a perfect match. It was used at 5:14, right before the stabbing. What's more, there's only one of them cards in the world. Now, how does he know that? It could have been duplicated, right? So when the incident occurred, Detective Goodman was in the evidence room. But wait, what did Officer Meekins say?
Sir, I entered the evidence room and asked the man to display his ID card.
So you asked Detective Goodman to show his ID card. What did he do?
That's the thing. Suddenly he pointed a knife at me.
If he had his ID card, then why would he have pointed a knife at Officer Meekins?
All right, compadre, you win. I guess I can give you this ID card record.
ID card record added to the court record. All right. Got it. I've got an idea. Maybe I should show this list to other people with IDs here. To find out who they belong to? Maybe. To try to figure out who they all are. I'm sure this one would have to be Meekins. But it's weird that they came in at exactly the same time. Oh, well, no, they came in at 450 too. It's the same number. Huh. Interesting. Okay. Okay. Well, okay, if I have to go around asking people for ID numbers, and I haven't been in the evidence room yet, and it's starting to get late, maybe we'll put in a stop right there, collect our evidence, finish collecting our evidence, and try to get back to trial. Maybe tomorrow is going to be the plan. I think that might be a good spot to stop, because it is starting to get late. Okay, I'm okay with that. We're going to put a stop in there for the night. I'm going to put a stop in there for the night. I'm going to figure out how to save the game, because I always forget what I'm doing. Save the game, yes. We'll save the game there. We'll pick this back up probably tomorrow. Collect those numbers. It's a weird one. I don't know how. The thing with me is that I don't know how the ID card made its way from the evidence room to the garage in such a short amount of time itself. It's a weird one. I'm not convinced that the Goodman in the evidence room was actually Goodman. I'm not convinced. I'm not convinced, too, that someone couldn't have just invented a different card. You will see, that's all I'll say. Well, I hope so. If I don't see, that would be very surprising. But, yeah, I don't know. I'm a little up a creek with what's going on here. I'm sure there will be some reveals. I feel a little vindicated that finally they actually brought up that, yes, Edgeworth would have been a suspect. I was like so flabbergasted that no one said anything. I was losing it. But yeah. I also don't know what they're gonna do with Edgeworth. So like if Gant is his boss and he's trying to get rid of Edgeworth, then I don't know why he'd have to go through all of these hoops to make it happen, pretty much. I don't know. Edgeworth seems to be in a weird spot in this one, too. Like, a lot of things seem to be tied to him, but, like, I'm a little unclear as to how. And then there's the whole, like, Angel being biased against prosecutors in general. It's kind of like the whole prosecutors department is just full of, like, shady shenanigans. Oh, well. I'm going to leave it at that for the night. Thank you all so much for watching. If you enjoyed the stream, please do all of the things. And until next time, bye.